Hello, 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 everyone. Good evening. How's everyone doing this evening? God bless. Much love. Judy, first one in tonight. How you doing, sweetie? Hello, PGM fam. Much love. Much love to you. I so appreciate the Purple Heart, sweetie. Always L8, number two. Number two tonight, sweetie. Always L8, number two, everybody. Hey, everyone. Hey to you, girl. God bless. Much love to you. Melody number three. Prayers for summer. Much love, PG. Amen, girl. Amen. God bless. God bless. Wisconsin mama. I see you, girl. I see you. Hello, PG and fam. Much love. Much love to you, girl. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had an awesome Thanksgiving. I know PG did. I know I did. Man, I had a beautiful turkey. It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. How you doing, Diana? Says hello, everyone. Hello to you, sweetie. Hello, Pam. How are you tonight, sweetheart? Find summer's truth. God bless. You guys can't hear me, right? She says no sound. I think I got sound. Pretty sure I got sound. Deputy Sheriff, how you doing tonight? How you doing tonight, sweetheart? He says, hey, PG in chat. Hey to you, Deputy Sheriff. God bless. She says, hi, always LA says, hi, PGM families. Hope everyone enjoyed their Thanksgiving. Oh, absolutely. We hope you enjoyed yours too, sweetie. I think I'm way up at the top. Okay, I appreciate that, Pam, Judy, and Lady 7 Up. They all say, I can hear you. Wisconsin Mama, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, Deputy Sheriff says 10-4, good buddy. Amen. Karen. Oh, I appreciate that, Karen. Sound is fine. 5 by 5. Absolutely. Exactly. Exactly. Teresa, you're right. You know, Candus doing all kinds of stuff that day, right? She was doing all kinds of stuff that day. Such a liar. And we already know that her and Jody Sue got that timeline all screwed up, right? They matter of fact, they got it so screwed up they wasn't able to pull it back together, right? There's no way of rearranging it once it was done, right? Jody Sue knew that. Oh, Lady 7 Up says she was under the name of Tammy, but I have changed it. Wisconsin Mom said, did somebody forget to turn the stove on? Not PG. My stove was running just good. Baked my brownies and everything. Oh, Jody Stew. That's funny, Robert. Robert's girl says, old Jody Stew. Yeah, she's stewing it too, right? She's stewing it. I didn't see the tree on Yorkshire Rose, but yes, I did see some of the ornaments. I did see some of the ornaments that they was going to be putting on it. Absolutely. Wisconsin Mama's doing a tree for summer as well. And to my understandings, she's doing a tree for summer as well. Uh, somebody tried to fry turkey and they didn't cook it long enough. Oh wow. You was getting phone calls? Yeah, I heard that Bullhorn Betty is being stalked by some old lady. How freaky is that? How freaky is that? You know? I guess this old lady um been following her around, right? And something about getting into a car. I don't know if the old lady was in her own car or if she was in Bullhorn Betty's car. I don't know. But that, that's freaky shit, right? Get some It's bad enough to just get somebody on you, but somebody like 90? That's whoa. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. YouTube gets real. It gets real. These people, you got some really insane people, right? Absolutely insane. They be looking you up and trying to trying to visit you up and all kinds of stuff. It's like, whoa. Yeah, six, absolutely. Always L8 is so tragic, right? Six people lost their lives at the Chesapeake Walmart. Mm-hmm. And the other night, two threats today from two other Walmart in our area today. They both were evacuated. So scary. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, it's sad you can't go shopping and feel safe anymore, right? You can't work somewhere. You work somewhere and, you know, ends up that was the manager. That was the manager of that place. The very people who's supposed to keep the place safe are the ones doing it now, right? How crazy is that? That's insane. Yeah. That's absolutely insane. Um I'm going to I'm going to be bringing out another child. Um his name is Levi Smith. He was 4 months old. Um I don't know how many of you have heard about the case, but I'm going to be bringing that out tomorrow night. I did research it. I did research it, and it's a terrible case. The little boy was 4 months old, weighed less than 6 pounds. Grandmother, um, aunties, uncles. You know, if you see something, say something. You know something, say something, right? You hear something, say something. It is very, you know, and if you turn a child in, if you absolutely positively know a child is being abused, if you absolutely positively know this to be a fact that a child is being abused, any child, and you call Child Protective Services and they have done nothing, then go to that Child Protective Services, walk in and demand what the hell is going on. Right? Go in there, they have a desk. Go to that desk and say, I'm not fucking with you people. I'm standing here, I'm recording this, and I'm letting you know that this child is in danger. And if you do nothing, this recording is going to be out there. Right? For all the freaking world to see that you're not doing your job. So you stick that in your fucking crawl. Here's the address, the name, the address, everything you need. Get your damn job done. And I'm so concerned, I will be sitting in front of that house between now and the next 2 days to see if you go there. Actually, I'm not even giving you 2 days. I'm going to give you like 24 hours. Because you know what? My time's valuable too, right? But you need to be doing your damn job. You get that ass out there ASAP. Right? And law enforcement. What's up with law enforcement? You know, when someone calls law enforcement about an abused child being that abused, they're supposed to take their asses there, check on that child, and if indeed it is that abuse, they're supposed to get Child Protective Services there ASAP, like right fucking now, taking that child away, right? What's wrong with law enforcement? Why are they not doing their job? That's what I'm talking about. You know, I'm tired of hearing that every place is, you know, understaffed and all of this. No, actually, they're not. Actually, they're not. They're not understaffed. They just ain't doing their jobs anymore. You got a lot of lazy humans that feel that they're entitled. They have entitlement to get a job and then sit on their ass and not do it. Right? They don't know what work is anymore. They do not know. They have no get up or go in them. And that is why this country's failing. Children that go to school, and these children have get up and go. They got a shit ton of energy. Right? They've got a shit ton of energy. And the teachers in the school system, they want to suck it out of them, right? It's abnormal for kids to have that kind of energy, so let's put them on all kinds of medications so they'll sit in a seat and zoned out for the teachers and then mommy and daddy as well, so nobody has to watch them, right? So nobody has to put up with all their energy. Let's not turn them out on playgrounds to play anymore, to run it out. Let's not turn them outside in the yard or in the parks to play anymore, because that is taking up our time. Let's just zone them out so they can sit in a chair somewhere and play game machines or play on a computer, play on a tablet or something, and leave us alone, right? Because we're grown-ass adults that are just fucking wore out and tired, and we really don't want to chase after them. That's the society we live in today. That's the society we live in today. Nobody wants to be bothered. Well, if you don't want to be bothered, don't bring the kids into this world, right? Don't bring them in here. If you're a teacher and you don't want to run after those kids and do your job, then you know what? Quit your job. Quit your job. Your job isn't to put these kids, suggest that these kids be put on medication. Right? Parents that they don't want to chase these kids and run after them and look after them and let them run their energy out naturally, then you know what? Don't have them. don't have these children. If you're too fucking lazy to do your job and take care of these children, then stay away from them, right? That's what I say. I'm bringing you up, Deborah Ann. What's up, Deborah? I can't hear you, girl. You got your mic off. You forget to turn your mic off.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, now I can hear you.
Asking if I could have 2 minutes. It's like unrelated. I didn't know where to turn, and you all are my family, so I just need to ask. I'm horrible at texting, so I just wanted to ask if I can have some prayers. Um, I don't have babies. I don't have a family. I don't have any of that. Yesterday on Thanksgiving afternoon at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, someone came and they stole my dog. We just missed it. They picked her up and they took off with her, and they kidnapped her. And it may sound like nothing, but I am so sick. I am so beside myself. I feel so helpless. I don't really know what to do. So I'm just gonna ask if y'all could just give
Absolutely, girl. Absolutely. We will be praying for you.
I
Absolutely.
so sorry to interrupt. I noticed that
You know, those pets are your children. You know,
they
people get very, very attached to their
they
pets, right? I
yes.
mean, we've all had pets. We've all lost our pets,
Mm-hmm.
one way or another, and we know how devastating and how hard it is, right? I mean, even your pets bring tears to your eyes because you love them. You
She
love your pets.
kidnapped.
So absolutely, we would definitely pray for you.
Yeah, like somebody just came and took her on Thanksgiving Day. Like who who could do something like that?
They
And
must not have been able to get a turkey. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
I
kidding. I'm just
Gigi met so many of my neighbors because we do have a description of they were in like a maroon old pickup truck, and they picked her up like right at the edge of our barn, you know, and honest to God, like Steven took his eye off of her. Couldn't even been a solid 60 seconds. But another neighbor, I feel blessed that the neighbors have been like calling me like left and right. But there has been somebody seen in the neighborhood, like kind of cruising around that nobody knew. And we used to have like a hotline,
right.
whoever was in charge of it let it go, so we don't have it anymore.
Did you call police?
Yeah, the police were amazing. Like they took me around to houses and to look for the truck and everything, but the police were great. Listen,
Amen.
I don't want to interrupt, anymore. I just needed to ask for prayers from my mouth.
They
I'm
want to
just,
know what kind of dog it was, sweetie.
oh my God, her name is Bella, and she's a 20-pound cockapoo girl, and she's red. She's like, the red color, like the real deep red. She's got a little dock tail, and when you talk to her, she gets so
Right.
excited. She like spins in circles. So she would go to anybody. She was born in January, so what does that make her? Like 11 months? Uh,
Right.
she's hasn't even reached a year old yet. Like anybody would love her. She's just so,
Actually, 10 months. I think it would make her about 10 months old now,
and
hon.
I hope everyone understands. This is like the most important thing is the babies, but I just didn't know where to turn. You know, like I've had a lot of people that I don't know, like my neighbors. Where I live, there's not a lot of people close to each other, so you don't really know your neighbors because like we've got like big spaces in between us, and I don't have any family per se, so I've been holding this in, and I just felt like I was going to burst. I just wanted to tell somebody, besides like internet,
Right.
and just ask for prayers because, and stupid me, like, the last month, I prayed to St. Anthony for stupid things. I mean, I got both of them, but they were so stupid, and I'm like, oh my God, I maybe
Right.
maybe I've abused, you know what I mean? Like I shouldn't pray for silly little things like that, you know?
Yeah, Yorkshire Rose says where she's missing from. You don't have to answer that
Oh,
if you don't want to.
no, I believe me, I don't mind. I live upstate New York in the Catskill Mountains. My town specifically is called Saugerties, and it's kind of famous because it's near Woodstock, New York, where the 69 concert concept, um, was thought of. So yeah,
Right.
so it's upstate New York in Saugerties, which is right next to Woodstock. And like I said, I, anything, I'm not a creator, so I
Right.
don't mind sharing my information. I have no voice left. Last night I was like hoping for a miracle. He's wrong. He didn't see her get in the truck. I'm screaming her name, you know. Uh,
Hey, miracles happen, and you know, let us pray that that your puppy's returned. But if not, let's pray whatever truck it got into, they really wanted it, and it'll be as good to it as you was.
I'm okay with that. Actually, I'm okay with that. If she gets to a home that's as good as my home, which is like probably better than some poor people, but I love my babies. They have everything, you know. But even less than,
Right.
as long as someone loves her and feeds her, obviously they stole her to sell her, but I'd be okay
And
as
and
long as
that goes to show you, like I say, a lot of mothers in this world walk in front of their children, right? They walk in front, their children are lagging behind, and like your dog.
yes,
I mean, 1 second and it's gone. Please
that's
keep your children with you and in front of you at all times. I mean, what I'm saying is watch your children as good as you do your pocketbook, right? Watch
yeah.
your children as good as you guard your pocketbook. Guard your children.
You know
They are
what's
worth so much more than
I
your
didn't want
wallet,
to,
right?
but my significant, they're sort of insignificant right now because I'm so angry. But he was always not purposely careless, but very careless. Like we
Right,
have a lot of acres, but we have about a half an acre fenced in just for the babies so they can play. And he would
right.
still let them out. He'd get home from grocery shopping, he'd let them run loose. The older dogs, maybe, but this was a baby, and
Absolutely.
nobody would ever put one of the older dogs in their car. They wouldn't go to them. But Bella is a baby, so she would go to anybody. She just loved attention.
She loves people. She
Exactly.
loves people.
Listen, I don't want to interrupt the show anymore. I apologize, but I thought I felt pretty sure that you guys would forgive me. It was
Oh, girl, absolutely.
a
That's what
little
we're here for.
like in the thick of it. I would never have, but I just really needed my family for a minute. I really
Amen. Amen.
so
Do you
bless
have
you all.
any do you have any other pets now, or was she your only
I
pet?
I do, and they're very loving, and I'll be okay. I need time, I guess. It's just
Yeah,
I, I
absolutely.
I'm just beside myself.
Hey,
But
girl, it'd be okay. I'm
thank
sure wherever your puppy went,
yeah.
God's definitely watching over it.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Thank
Don't
you.
worry.
Thank you for that. I just wanted to hear that. Thank you very much, Prayer God, and thank you so much from all all my sisters. Ronald, you're my brother. You're kind of outnumbered, but thank you to everyone for understanding and for letting me interrupt. Believe me,
Hey,
I wouldn't
girl.
do this, but I just had to.
As I said, that's what we're here for. You're so welcome. And
All
we
right.
will
Have
definitely be keeping
a great
your puppy in
Thanksgiving.
our prayers.
Thank-
Absolutely. Don't
Love
give up
you all.
faith or hope, girl. It,
Yeah,
it, it may come back home. So,
right. I don't want to give up hope
absolutely.
yet. I'm just gonna
Absolutely not.
I'm gonna listen. I'm not gonna really type in chat. Um, so I just want I'll be listening, but I just I can't I can't talk other than this. Like I couldn't type this, but
Someone in the chat, Kitty says, put something with your scent outside, old clothes, blanket, something, so that it can find its way back to you.
Yep. I did all that hoping that maybe it would get away or they would give it away. Great idea, Kitty. And I did do that. Thank you so much.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I'd even pay her ransom. Ask me, I would do anything. Oh, my throat is gone. All right.
Maybe if you've got pictures of her, you print up flyers and
Yep.
offer a reward.
That's,
Um, Possibility someone may get her,
yep,
and
I'm going
at
to
least
go.
either turn her in, you know, bring her back to you, or if nothing else, maybe someone that knows who done it will contact you or the police, and that way you can get your puppy back.
I think it's
So
Office Depot. They have a service where you go online and like you pick the format you want and you put all your information in it. And then I don't know, like $50 or something. I could have like 100. And that's more than I need, really. So that's what
for flyers,
well, they'll have the picture on, they'll be in a thicker paper so they don't get ruined. You think that's too much?
I do. When you can make it yourself, you can actually if you send me a picture of your puppy into my email,
Okay.
send it to my email,
Okay.
and I'll make you up a flyer myself, and I'll send it back to you that you can hang on post. The
God,
most you would have to do,
so
if
much.
you want, is laminate them. But
Okay.
other than that, you just print
Okay.
them out, and
All right. I love you.
it.
You're the best. I'll make it up I'll make it up to you. I will.
Oh, don't worry about it, girl. That's
Thank
what we're here for.
you.
God bless you.
What a great what a great idea. Thank you so much. And again, I swear to you, I'm so sorry for interrupting. I just needed you.
Oh, that's all right. Let me know also if you're offering a reward or
Oh yeah,
anything,
yeah.
and how much, and I'll make sure I put that in the flyer
Someone
as
told
well.
me $500. Is that I mean, does that sound like a good idea? What do you think?
I If that's what you want to put up is five,
I mean, because to buy one,
absolutely
like I didn't pay this. My sister is a breeder, and I worked for
right.
it. So I did stuff for my sister, and I got paid with through this dog that I wanted more than anything. Um,
But most people return your dog for 100, $200. If it was my puppy, I'd offer is 200,
okay, so maybe
because most people, that's a lot of money right now
I
at
oh,
Christmas,
I
and
trust you. So maybe I will just say, a reward or something, and we don't have to say how much. What do you think of that?
that's well, they want to know how much.
Okay, well, whatever if you think 200 is good, that's fine. I mean,
Yeah, 500 will get their attention. That's true, Tina
yeah,
Bobina.
okay,
That will get their attention.
all
So
right.
if
Let's
that's
say
what you want,
500.
I'll put
Uh,
that in there.
Okay, all right.
I just didn't know if you got that kind of money to pay out, girl.
Know what? I don't, but I will. I mean, I can get it. You know what I mean? And it's not like I'll have the monsters coming after me. Joke,
Right.
joking, of course. I mean, I got a good friend who already offered, and I could pay it back quickly, so
Okay.
won't be a big deal.
Right.
Um,
Absolutely.
thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. I don't even know what to say. God bless to everyone, and I'm sorry to be so selfish and interrupt. Some
Oh,
case. But I'll be listening, and thanks for everything, Sissy.
hey.
I count on you for everything. My bee stings, my I, I don't know what I'd do without you, honestly.
It's okay. It's okay.
And
That's
I changed
that's
my picture, and I didn't know if you remembered me by
that's
the
what
new
we do.
picture.
No, I knew you as soon as you came up. I knew you as
I,
soon as you came up. And
I
yeah,
know.
your
But
picture's beautiful, girl.
guess what I did though? I made my hair dark right before Thanksgiving. I think I'm going to leave it the way my other side of my picture is. Where it's like dark and curly and long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah,
Anyway, who
absolutely.
cares? I'll shave it off. Just give me my dog back. I'm going to send you two pictures of Bella, 2, 3. You pick what you think is the best. Uh,
Okay, I
Thank
will do. And
Okay.
I'll make sure and I'll make you some pretty nice flyers up. I'll send them to you.
Thank you so much, Sissy. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, girl. God bless.
And thanks to all my brothers and sisters. I hate to say chat because I feel it doesn't feel like chat. Like we've all been together for so long. It's like we're not chat.
Right?
You know what I mean? Like it's just and I don't want to sound like a Maharahi saying my brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? But I feel
Yes.
so. All right.
Hey, we are your brothers and sisters. We are all your everybody on this earth. All of us, brothers
Yeah.
and sisters. Just what God made us, right?
I'm so cuckoo. I haven't like eaten right in 2 days. I'm deep.
Girl,
I feel like a
don't let it stress you out. The thing is, people do these things, people do these evil things, you know, in order to do exactly what you're doing to, hurt other people, stress you out, and so
got it.
forth and so on. And you got to hold it together, not just for yourself, but for all the people around you right now.
Yes.
And and for your little puppy,
Thank you. I,
and
yeah.
because being all whacked out like you are ain't going to do you, nor is it going to do your puppy any good, sweetheart. You
Yeah.
got to stay strong. You got to calm down, keep it together, and just, take a breath and say, "Hey, I can freaking do this," and just get it done. I can do this, you know,
Yeah.
and hope for hope for the best, prepare for the worst, right?
I,
But with
like
all the prayers going up, girl,
I'm
with
just
all the
gonna
prayers
write
going
everything
up,
down on Facebook
trust
for
me.
everybody because I don't want to feel alone. You know what I
I
mean?
think the best will, I think the best will come. And like I said, at the end of the day, just know that, wherever your puppy is, God knows.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that, I'm sure that they're going to be, the, Jesus Christ, the angels, that's what they do. They protect,
I know.
you
And
know,
I
and
kept
if
thinking,
the person didn't want it, they wouldn't have went through, usually when it comes to animals,
right?
not children. Now that's a whole different ball game now when we're talking about kids.
Uh,
But usually when people take a dog like that, a puppy,
mm-hmm,
they're wanting it. They're wanting it for themselves. They like it and they want it, and usually they do treat them good. So,
yeah.
that's the difference between a puppy getting took and a child. When a child gets took, God help us. But,
Yeah.
when a puppy gets took, usually the person's just, you know, trying to
Right.
replace one that they lost,
Yeah.
or give it to a girlfriend or
Hmm.
someone, and this close to Christmas, that's probably going to be a Christmas gift to someone. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, um, I wouldn't worry too much
Love them.
about
Love
them
them.
not treating it right.
I want no harm to come to Bella. If I
Oh,
can,
I doubt if any is.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I can feel good with that. Then I say I accept it. Because that's what it is, and my heart will mend. I just don't want any harm to come to my baby. That's all. You know.
I hear that.
Okay, let me give let me let you carry on. But I so appreciate everything from everyone. Thank you guys so much. Honestly.
Yes, I just wanted to know. She says, "Hold on, someone kidnapped your dog." Yeah, somebody actually did. With it was your husband standing there.
Yeah, he was like feet away. Feet away.
Wow.
They grabbed him, put her in the car, and then they did a beep beep, almost like you know what I mean, almost telling you like,
See ya.
yeah, yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
yeah. It was terrible. It was just
Right
awful.
on Thanksgiving. That's so wrong. That's
Yeah.
so wrong.
This
Um,
world, I mean, it's a crazy world we live in, and nothing surprises me anymore.
it
Nothing.
don't. It don't.
But
Absolutely nothing.
the cop that came, holy smoke, he was amazing. He took us around in the car. I can't say enough. Like wow, he was so full of empathy, and he's a dog lover owner, so he got it. Oh
Did you walk around your neighbor? Did you walk around to your
yeah,
neighbors and see if any of them had
direct
A
one.
doorbell, camera doorbell.
Out of all of my neighbors, one has one, but it won't like capture the area of like by the barn where this happened. You know,
Right,
uh, even if they have them, like our houses are not on the road. Like you cut off the houses will have like long driveways and they're
right.
by woods. Like you don't see anything. It's definitely very it's the sticks.
Secluded.
It's very secluded. I mean, we're close to civilization, but where we are, I have one neighbor, but they're seasonal and they do have a cam, but I've met a lot of neighbors I didn't even know I had, but boy, sorry for my voice. It's amazing how great they were. And how many times they're calling to check to see what they could do, giving me ideas.
Right.
So I
Absolutely.
really appreciate all of that. But anyway, please just go back to what you were doing so I can lay down and I'll be here listening, just not talking or looking at chat. I just want to listen. It'll calm me down and catch me up. But thank you so much again. I'm grateful. I really am.
Oh, God bless, girl. Much love
Okay.
to you.
God bless. I'll see you when you're live next, and I'll let you know what's happening. But I will send you her picture, before the live is over or after it's over.
Absolutely. And
Okay.
I'll try to get that done after the live tonight if I have
Yeah.
time. If I can't, it'll be sent to you
Whenever you can.
first thing tomorrow, girl. It'll
Whenever you
be
can. I understand everything that you have. You are doing me such a huge favor. Whenever you can, it's fine for
so.
me. Okay.
Don't worry, I'll try to get it back ASAP because you need those. You need to get them printed out and you need to get them up. So, and I understand that.
You're the best, Sissy. I love you. Okay. I love everyone. Honestly,
I love you too, girl.
we have such a great bunch. Okay. I'll talk to you tomorrow by some means. Anyway.
All
Bye.
right.
Love you. Bye bye.
Bye. Wow. People are evil, right? Humans are evil. You got a lot of evil humans in this world. I'm so, sad to hear that happened to her. Absolutely. Anyone here this year was being sued by the broom company because they didn't like her flying around their products? That is hilarious, Ronald. You're so silly. Um, we mentioned the shooting the other night. Matter of fact, one of the ladies in our chat lives in that area, and Wisconsin Mama was on panel. We talked about the shooting the very night that it happened. Wasn't nothing we could do because they wasn't giving out a lot of information yet. Um, they was we knew it was the manager. We knew that they said there was people not only dead but injured. It didn't seem like anyone was injured, just 6 people. I mean, he obviously wasn't playing, right? He did let 2 people go that have been on the news. A young lady that was under a table that only had worked there for a minute, right? She had one conversation with him about uh, her daughter, her 15-month-old daughter, that, she didn't like working night shift because she did have a young child. And he let her go, right? He let her go, thank God. And there was another lady that said that she kept getting the feeling not to sit down, not to sit down when she went in there. Things didn't seem right. And she was able to run away pretty much, as soon as everything started, she was able to get out of there. So, that's about, and then, there's no one to go after, a prosecutor or anything, because he decided to, you know, do away with himself as well, right? So there you go. I mean, a tragedy. That was a real tragedy, right? And one that you can't even get justice for. So, you know, and we've got two people. I think the lady that got out of there immediately is going to be okay, but the other one that wasn't able to get out of there the way the other lady was, and indeed was under that table, you know, going through all of that, she's going to be left scarred for life, right? She's going to be scarred for life over what happened, possibly not ever able to work again inside of any type of establishments due to the shock of it all. You know, it can some people, stuff like that can damage for life, right? What I'm saying is there's some people that, start driving, they get in a car accident and they won't drive no more, right? They're done. Like they don't want to ever drive again. Um there's other people that, you know, get in terrible car accidents and they get up, dust yourself off, and, you know, keep driving. I mean, different people have different strengths, right? They have different strengths in this life. Some people just don't have this strength within oneself as much as some other people do. I think we all are born, all born to be strong as hell, all of us. I don't think there's any human that can't be strong, you know. Just some reason, you know, some ain't, some are. I don't know. I guess it's all how a human's mind processes things, right? Yeah. The one girl I know, I only worked there for a minute, and and she went through the worst, right? She went through the worst of it. Right. I mean, I think you get better deals online anyway. I think what really, this world's after is isolation. I think it's really America. I think it's fighting for isolation, right? Um, they are trying to make everything online, online schooling, online shopping, online everything. Basically, you're going to be pretty much confined to your homes if you keep being afraid, if you keep being afraid of, the dangers of these kind of things going on inside of our shopping malls, our stores and everything. I mean, I feel if it's your time to go, you'll be there. If it wasn't, you won't, right? Or even if you are there, nothing will happen to you if it ain't your time to go. You know, what I'm saying is I'm not going to be a coward. I need human interaction, right? So I'm going to go to the stores. I'm going to go wherever I want to go, do what I want to do. And if it results in that kind of tragedy, oh, so be it, right? I'm going to a better place than this anyway. Who cares? The point will be that, I can't say I let a handful of evil human beings isolate me and make me afraid to be in society. That ain't happening. Hell no. It just ain't happening. If I was to be afraid If I was the type of person that, let those kind of things scare me, I'd have gave up and been a recluse hiding a long time ago, right? A long time before now. I mean, I actually growed up. I growed up in a what they call a hood, and you know things weren't good there. You seen people going down all the time. You just walked on past it, or stayed with them, held their hand till the ambulance got there, and then you went on about your way, hoping that they'd be okay, but maybe sometimes you find out they wasn't. And that's the way life is, right? I seen that all the time. I mean, seeing that's nothing new. Right. You got, the way I look at an employment, a job, the way I look at employment is it's not a place where I go to make friends. It's a place where I go to make money, to put food on the table, clothes on my back, and a roof over my head, right? That's what it is. I'm not there to do anything but my job and leave. I'm not there to talk about nobody, or I'm not there to gossip or talk about anyone. I'm there to do a job. I get that job done and I leave. Right now I work from home, but when I had to go in establishments and work a job, I did not powwow with anyone. I don't do it. You know, you don't want to cause, when you start making friends where you work and you start communicating with these people and getting involved with them, what happens is at some point it's going to go south, right? At some point it's going to go south. And if it goes south, then down you got a problem where you work. And you don't want problems where you work. Absolutely not. So always keep things on a professional level. You're there to do a job, do it, go home. There's plenty of other places to make friends and stuff, right? You don't have to be at your job. They nothing will kill a job like, nothing will destroy your job faster than dating one of your coworkers. The minute you go in there and date somebody in that place, you're screwed, right? You got problems now. That's why they say don't do it. Sorry to hear that, lady. 7 Up. A lot of people do. A lot of people do deal with panic attacks and anxiety and all kinds of shit, right? They deal with depression. I guess I could deal with all of that, but I don't let the devil get me down, right? I ain't got time for that shit. I ain't got time for no anxiety, depression, none of that shit. I get the hell out my door, right? Get the hell out my door. I ain't dealing with that shit. It's too time consuming. It holds you back. One day you're going to wake up and wonder, what I'm saying is this: when you deal with stuff like that, it stills your life. It's still, you don't really ever get to live. You really don't ever get to live because, and it's nothing more than a state of mind. Depression, anxiety, all of those things. Panic attacks are brought on from fear. right? They're brought on from anxiety is brought on from, within oneself, fear of something. And the Bible tells us, fear nothing, right? God didn't give you a spirit of fear. He gave you a spirit of, of strength, hope, courage. He gave you everything you need to overcome that. And I'd be overcoming it, girl. I would be overcoming it. I would tell that anxiety, get the hell out of my life. You ain't welcome. Absolutely not. I don't have time for that shit. I'm too busy. I'm crazy and I embrace it. Girl, I've done went fucking crazy and came back 100 times. Who cares? Nobody's freaking, what is normal? What is the definition of normal? Because I'm going to tell you, I don't think anybody is really normal in this life. You might think you are, but hell no. We're all different. We're just all different. I mean, one person's standard of normal isn't the normal for another person's standard of normal, right? Because I don't think anybody really knows what the fuck normal is. I don't think any of us is normal. That's just how I believe. We are who we are. Embrace it. If it hits you without you knowing it, and smack it back. Something hits me without me knowing it, it's going to get the hell beat out of it. I don't care if it's called anxiety or what, right? I don't care. Absolutely not. Anxiety can be overcame. It's just you getting over the fear of whatever you're fearing. Do it. Do it. That's what I say. You don't know anxiety until my old lady makes you breakfast. Yeah, that's the truth, Deputy. There you go. You're silly. No matter what a human is dealing with, they can overcome it if you want to overcome it. If you really do, you can. If you really do, everything starts with us and the want. If you want to quit smoking, you can. You want to quit drinking, you can. You can do anything you want to do. Anything. You can think it, honey. You can do it. That's just what it is. The mind controls the whole entire body, right? The mind controls everything. How you think is how you feel. People say, oh, you got up on the wrong side of the bed today because you're grumpy or grouchy, right? Now you choose to be that way. You choose to let whatever's bugging you to bug you. And then a week later, you don't give a damn about what was bugging you that day. But you were mean as hell to everybody because it was bugging you, right? That's some funny shit. The normal ones are the dangerous ones. That could be true. I don't know. I ain't gonna fight it. That is funny. Yeah. It is. It's mind over matter. Absolutely. German Shepherd Mom. It is. It is. No doubt. I don't know. Maybe, maybe I'm just lucky because I ain't got no brains. Right? You only get to live once. I'm going to tell you what is more scarier than anything in this world is not living it. Is not living it. What's more scarier than anything in the world is not living. Not doing what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it. I say get out there and do it. Do it. The hell with all that stuff. You know, the hell with anxiety. Anxiety and stuff's brought on by you ain't got enough money, or you don't seem to have enough time, or you got too many people dependent on you. And let me tell you, for one, you know, only thing you need money for, you just need enough money to pay your bills and stuff. Money's easy to come by, right? It's easy to come by. You work, you get money. I mean, you know, you help people, you know, clean their house or do things, you get money. I mean, so money shouldn't bother people. And you don't need all that money. All you need is enough to take, you know, to take care of what you need to pay, right? Your bills, food on your table, some clothes on your back. You don't need 1,000 outfits. You only need a few. You don't need a bunch of stuff. You just need the essentials. You know, that's one way. If you got money problems, downsize. Think less. You know, think less. Less is best, if you ask me. Less is best, if you ask me, because then you ain't got all that shit you got to worry about, right? You buy a bunch of shit and then you got to worry about it. Don't buy it, you don't have to worry about it, right? Don't buy it. There you go. Problem solved. And then when it comes to, you know, worrying about people depending on you, let them people learn to depend on themselves. You're not going to be there forever. They're going to have to do it at some point. So let them start doing it now, right? That's how people learn to get off their ass and do for themselves. It's by you letting them do it. There you go. Problem solved, right? I mean, anything that's is bugging you is fixable. It's fixable, right? I mean, we lose people in this world, right? We lose them, and that can be traumatic. If you let it be traumatic, yes, it will be traumatic. But you know, you got to understand we lose people in this world. They're going to a better place, the very place we're trying to get to ourselves. So why are we so upset why? Because they got there first? We're upset because they got there first? I don't upset me. Now I know where they're at and I'll be there soon too, right? I'll be there when the Lord calls my number. I'll be there. Right? Why are you worrying about that? You know, what I'm saying is if you're worried about dying, trust me, you can die anywhere, right? You can die anywhere. You worried about, you know, why does people worry about how they're going to get buried and everything when they die? I mean, if you're dead, that's somebody else's problem, right? Let them worry about it. Why are you worried about it? You gone anyway. Who cares? That's what I'm saying. What you're supposed to be worried about is getting up every day and living your life the way you want to live it, doing what you want to do, how you want to do it, when you want to do it. So start doing it. You know, your anxiety will be gone, your depression will be gone, all your shit will be gone. Tell that one person that you would like to say fuck you to, say fuck you. You know, don't hold it in. Don't hold it in, letting them live rent free in your head. Tell them what you think, exactly how you think. They probably wouldn't waste no words telling you. So tell them. Who cares? You hate your job? Go get one you love. This life is too short to live unhappy. That's what I'm trying to say. That's, you know. Well, girl, You say you ain't worried about death. What are you worried about? What are you worrying about? You got to be worrying about something. If you got anxiety coming on, you got to be worried about something. Hit me an email on what you're worried about, and I'll tell you exactly how to kick its ass and get it off your back. There you go. Everything is that simple, Bella. Absolutely, it is. It is that simple, hon. I know. I'm living proof of it. I'm living proof of it. Everything is that damn simple. You know, I don't care what anybody thinks about me except God Almighty. Yes, I do dance in the rain. I do. I don't huddle up with everybody else waiting for it to stop. I get the hell out there and dance in that shit, but right with my kids. Because we are going to live. We are going to live. It's beautiful to live life. It's beautiful to not be afraid of anything. You have domain over all things. When God made you, He made you to have domain over everything, right? Everything. There's nothing you should fear. Absolutely nothing at all. If you're fearing it, then it, that's just, I don't know. Well, if you want to, some people like to worry. Some people like to worry. They like to stress. They like to, they it's just who they are, you know? And here we agree to disagree, hon. We agreed to disagree, you know? Well, German Shepherd Mom, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. You know, your work on earth ain't done. God didn't took you because your work on this earth isn't done. He's got things for you to do. And how are we going to do God's will if we're afraid to do anything, right? If we're scared to go out there in the world, how are we going to get it done? You know? Amen, Wisconsin mama. Amen. This life ain't easy. Absolutely not. It's not easy, but honey, let me tell you, it's a lot of fun living it. Hell or high water. It's a lot of fun living it, right? I mean, I laugh just as hard about the bad times, maybe sometimes more so than the good ones, right? That's how I feel about life. I'm bringing you up, Robin. You want to shut it down? You can. How you doing, girl?
I'm confused about what you're saying. What are you saying?
I'm basically saying that if you have any type of issues and you want to overcome them, just overcome them. Work to
Like
do it. It's
like
not that hard.
okay, like get behind me, Satan?
Yeah, well, yeah, that works it, right? Open the door up, not get behind me, Satan, get the hell out altogether, right?
Right? Because you know that I let this MF take space in my brain. So and he's been doing it for April will be 29 years, so
And as you said, I allowed. I allowed it.
yes, I
You know, e-
allowed.
exactly. And you didn't have to. You didn't have to. And I know that's hard words to hear. That's hard. You're like, oh, PG, so unsensitive. No, I'm not unsensitive. What I'm saying is you didn't have to. And now at this point, you're learning that you didn't have to. You probably wished that you didn't ever allow it to happen. You probably wish now that you would have, you would have lived more of your life the way you wanted to live it, and threw him in the background to go to hell, right?
Yeah, and I'm kind of ready to die. I'm kind of. I mean, I don't know. I'm not afraid to die. I know my kids are waiting on me. I know my sister's waiting on me. I know my mom and my dad and my grandma and grandpa's waiting on me.
Yeah, but your son and your grandchildren and stuff are still here with you, and
Right?
they are looking forward to seeing and loving and you being with them right now. And see, you
Hmm.
still have people here that you need to be there for, and you know you'll be with the other people when God calls your number. So, instead of fighting everything, why not just enjoy it? Why not enjoy the life God gave you with what you got, all the people around you? Quit worrying about the ones you don't have. You'll be with them forever. But right now, the ones that are here around you, they're the ones that need you the most. And that's the
It's
ones you should be
hard.
there for.
It's hard. I mean, it's
Not once you understand it. Not once you understand it and
well,
you do
help
it.
me understand it then, PG, because it is hard. I live it every day.
Well, I'll let you understand it. I seen pictures of you and your little granddaughter hugging you so tight.
Yes, she's
Yeah,
beautiful.
she's gorgeous, ain't she?
She just
And
turned 6 months
and
today.
and would you want to leave her right now in a world like this? No. You want to be there for her. You want to help keep her safe, right?
Right?
So why worry about all the other things when you got so much blessings right here with you right now? Enjoy them, girl. Enjoy them. Don't take another moment for anything else except for what you do have and be thankful for it. We're always focused on what we don't have, and it's hard to enjoy what you do have when you're doing that, you know? And a lot of us have to learn the hard way, right? We have to learn the hard way by allowing people to take up that life and space from us, until someone comes along and says, "Hey, not your problem. This all of this evil belongs to them, not you. You don't need to be allowing it to their evilness to destroy who you are, what you are, and what life you have to live. Dump it, get rid of it, and start, and move on with what is left in your world, and take care of it. And that's when you do that, you realize, damn, I wasted a lot of time on shit that didn't mean nothing.
I
I
did.
wasted a lot of time on trash that meant nothing when I could have been doing so many other things. I missed out on so much around me that it could have been so profitable, but it's all gone now. All those beautiful things that I could have done and didn't do, has faded into Bolivia. Well, are you going to keep letting them fade into Bolivia, or are you going to stop and do all you could do now? I mean, I'm not losing another second. I'm not losing another second for nothing. And like I said, it's a beautiful life, man. A beautiful life. When you fear nothing, you don't give a damn, and you just move through it with kindness, love, and happiness. And you're there for all the people that's with you instead of worrying about all the people that ain't. You live a beautiful life. A beautiful life.
Wi-
Absolutely.
Wicca, Mama, that's true. And but that's only true for certain people. Some people just don't give a damn if they lost a child. They could care less. I live that
um
every day.
that's not true. That's not true. I've lost children.
No,
but let me tell you
I'm not
but
talking
let me
about
tell you
you.
something. I'm not going to sit there and dwell upon it. I got other ones that need me, and that's where I'm going to dwell. That's where I'm going to dwell, because you know what? There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do to change anything. You
I
got to
didn't
move
know that,
forward.
PG. I'm sorry.
You got to move forward, you know, and be there for the ones that are still here and need you. The ones in the arms of an angel, they don't need you. You'll be with them forever. But the ones that are still in your arms do need you, girl. And you've got those are the ones that you better be there for. You ain't got time to be anywhere else. You ain't got time to be mourning for 50 years. Hell no. It don't work like that. You know, it's not being hard, it's being logical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My grandkids are my world. They're so different than your own kids.
I'm going to tell you something. I don't know. I ain't got no grandkids yet, but you know what? When I get some, and I know a lot of people say, oh, you do. No, I don't. I absolutely don't. If I did, I'd say, hey, I have. Why would I care? I mean, that's just the stupidest thing in the
I have 5
world.
grandkids. I'm 61 years old.
But, I'm sure when I get there, because I know my mother sure loved her grandkids, right? She loved the hell out of her grandkids. Absolutely. And I mean, it seemed like sometimes it seemed like more than she loved us, her own children.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Grandkids are so different than your own.
So, and, because here's how I took it with my own mom. She was, she wasn't her grandkids' mother, but she sure did look over them and watch them and care about them and love them just as if she was. And, and I guess that's the way a grandmother's supposed to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess that's the way God gives, parents a second chance, a second chance to love again, just to keep young and to chase them little ones one more time, right? I mean, you might not be on your first legs, but you're on a second pair, and a lot of grandparents' legs work just as good in the second pair as they did the first, right? So use them. Chase them grandbabies around. Do what you have to do. I mean, I know I would.
Somebody put in chat about go to the zoo and spend time with animals. I want to. I really do. I want to go to this place called Grady Goat.
Right. When you've got kids or grandkids, I don't know how much access you have to your grandkids.
3
it seems
of
like
them, as much as I want.
And as much as you want, then you can spend, you can do all kinds of things with them. And everything, like my kids, for instance, everything don't cost money. It don't cost money to go to the parks. It don't cost money to go, sightseeing. It don't cost money to do a lot of things in this life. It don't cost money to, to have popcorn and watch. I mean, okay, the money for the popcorn, but you don't cost nothing, because you usually got popcorn in your cabinets anyway, right? Don't cost nothing to fix popcorn and watch a movie. It don't cost nothing, to teach your kids how to, use the sheets in the house, that what your parents would have got you for, to build their little forts and to play, um underneath a few chairs, make a little fort, little house with a flashlight, like you did when you was a kid. A lot of kids don't have fun anymore because parents don't realize how much fun they had when they were young, right? They don't remember all the crap that they did,
My
and
grandkids, they spend most of the time on their devices, and
well, yeah, a lot of kids, I love gaming though. So,
that's what they do.
Yeah, and I would fit right in there with, any kids gaming. I fit right in there because I love to game as well. So, you know, actually, I really like I really like everything in life, right? I like when, like, I take my kids to, out shopping or whatever. We ride the bicycles through the aisles, and you'll see somebody coming on a skateboard, another one going the opposite direction. We have fun. We grab the baseballs and the footballs and stuff, and we start throwing it, and we're in the middle of an owl having a playing a football game, right? I mean, it's just what we do. It's fun. It's fun, right? I mean, we go places that says don't climb on this. I'm like, why they put it up if they don't want us climbing on it? We climb on it, right? Ain't got
like
hurt yet. I mean,
like my
you know.
grandkids have a trampoline, and I got up on it and was trying to jump like they do, and I fell, and they just
Oh my
started
gosh, girl. I love the trampolines. I love those trampolines. They are awesome, ain't they? Them
laughing.
things are a ton of fun. They are a ton of fun.
Not when you fall on your face.
I ain't done that yet,
Uh,
but
I
I
have so much fun with my oldest one, but my next to oldest granddaughter, because she's so smart. She taught me how to do videos on my phone. Like I can put my phone down and take videos, or just
mhm.
stand there and do poses, and then hold two buttons to just turn them into one photo. I'm like, how did you do that? And she showed me again. She had to show me 3 times before I got it.
Kids are amazing. Kids are amazing. You know, um
Spoiled,
they
I'm
you
sure
know
they
they
are.
say some generations are born into the electronics and everything. That's what my
Hmm.
mom used to say, that we were born into it. That's how we knew to do all of these things. um I don't know how true that is, but
This
it could be
generation,
possible.
this generation was. It
you know
wasn't. It wasn't my kids' generation, because we didn't even have cell phones, and we didn't
you
have
you
Facebook and
you
YouTube. We
guys
had
didn't have your kids didn't have cell phones.
no. They
Oh
had
wow.
they
I
had the flip.
remember I remember my mom buying me my first cell phone. I mean, it was nothing like they carry now,
They
but
had beepers.
I remember her getting me my cell phone. It was a flip phone, really
Mm-hmm.
nice. And yeah, so I remember dropping it in a water, and boy, was she pissed that I dropped it in the water. Actually, I didn't just drop it in the water, I hid it. I hid it. I hid it and it act like I couldn't find it. But she found it, and it was soaking wet. I dropped in that water. But I got my ass in trouble. So anyway, but yeah, I mean, she got me another one. So, you know.
The one I'm on right now, I dropped it in my dishwater, and I hurried up and took it apart and stuck it in my car for a couple hours and put it back together, and it's still working.
I'm gonna tell you, I've destroyed a few cell phones, and I put them in that bag of rice, shake them up and down, all, and that that bitch didn't ever come back on. Ain't had one come back on yet once you put it in rice. So I don't know if it works or not. I can't say.
So what's your title about?
Actually, it's about Candace. She I wanted to go back with her saying that actually here it is.
And that's her little swing right there off that tree. She loved to play right there in that yard. That was her favorite spot to be. So whoever took her had to actually come up into the yard and take her. And I don't understand because, like, my neighbor heard her scream, but I didn't hear her scream because I was in the house with the boys.
Now she says, I didn't hear her scream. My neighbor heard her scream,
Jody
but
Sue.
I didn't hear her scream because I was up in the house with the boys. No, Jody Sue said she heard that scream at 4:30, right? They didn't even get home till 3:30. They're packing in groceries. They're, unloading groceries not only into Candus's house, but also Grandma's trailer. We heard Grandma say that the boys, and of course, Summer helped carry the stuff into her trailer as well, right? Then they went over to their home right there in the picture behind Candus, and they took groceries in there as well, right? So now we're at about 4:15 doing all of that. And so they get home at 3:30. They're packing all of this stuff in. No, I'm sorry, we were about at 3:45. And by the time they pack it all in, and Grandma took a nap, right? Grandma, let's not forget that Grandma went in and laid down and took a nap. Now we know Grandma's going to sleep at least, if she took a nap, we're at least 30 to 45-minute nap, right? So Grandma wouldn't even have been coming out of her trailer until around 4:30. And they still was getting ready to plant flowers and wash their hands, get a piece of candy, go back over to the house, right? We're looking at at least 5:15, 5:30 when all of this shit, would have been. I mean, Summer wouldn't even have been going back in that house till after 5 o'clock. Like I say about 5:15, if all of that did go down. About 5:15, she's heading back into the house for the 2-minute disappearing act. Jody Sue hears a scream at 4:30. There's no way Jody Sue would have heard Summer because Summer would have been still in the care of Candus Wells, right? And Grandis would have just been getting her ass up from a nap, coming out to sit on the steps, flower planting. None of that would even happened yet. So at 4:30, when the scream went down, this places Grandis sitting on her steps at her trailer, and Candus and Summer. Candus at the door looking out to see her mother, and Summer sitting inside the house on the floor still playing with toys. That's where it places everybody when this particular scream was supposed to happen, right? That's what I'm talking about.
How would she know?
So she's lying. She's lying. And she said that she came out of her. Now, here is what does make sense. Is law enforcement told Candus she came out of her driveway twice that day. Candus tried to deny it. But on my live, Candus said that she came out of her driveway around 4:30, right? 5 o'clock, between 4:30 and 5 o'clock. She came out of her driveway and saw Jody Sue on the road. That's what she said, right? She absolutely said that. Now, what
they
does
were
make
standing
sense,
there talking.
right? What does make sense is Jody Sue did hear the scream at 4:30. That scream did happen, and Candus was coming out of that driveway. with Summer. Right?
Mm.
The only way this scream fits the scenario is the fact that law enforcement said Candus came out of the driveway twice. And indeed she did. She did around the time that Jody Sue was recalling a scream. You know, right before. Jody Sue recalls a scream at 4:30, and about 30 minutes later, or because Jody Sue said it was between 4:30 and 4:47. So around 4:30, it would have made sense that Candus was. Whatever happened around 4:30, Jody Sue, Jody Sue, Candus and them would have been meeting up. Absolutely. That would make sense. That's Jody Sue's way of telling you what time it really happened. And they didn't call law enforcement until 6:30, 6:29 to be exact. Donald didn't even get a phone call until 6:09. So you take it from 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, almost 2 hours before law enforcement got a call. It would have definitely been an hour and a half if everything was done at 5 o'clock. But I don't think it was. I think that Candus had just, whatever it was, it took her a while because Don didn't get a call till 6:09. Therefore, she was just barely getting back close to the 6 o'clock mark, right? This around the 6 o'clock mark, she was actually getting back, because even the neighbor said that, you know, he saw the boys looking for Summer. It was close to 6 o'clock, like 15 minutes till 6, right? And that's when he came out and joined, looking as well. And Jody Sue also joined in that at around the 6 o'clock mark. So Candus did have a good hour and a half to do whatever she was going to do, or whoever did what they were going to do, right?
Mm-hmm. I agree, Wicca Mama. Whatever happened to Summer happened up there in that house. Or, like everybody's assuming, Summer never got out of that truck.
Candus absolutely, positively knows what happened to Summer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Jody Sue has full knowledge as well. I really do. I'm going to show you. This is Leilani. This is Leilani's mother taking a look at her. And
Yeah.
can you see this? This is Don Wells taking a look at Candus. Can you see this? No, this is true. This is truth.
I know.
This is the way he looked at Candus during that interview. This is the way that the grandmother was looking at Leilani. As you know, this grandmother knows what Leilani did, right? Don Wells damn well knew what his wife did as well, right? He knows. The look is in their eyes. The look
Mhm.
is right in their eyes. They know. No denying it. No denying it.
Yep.
That, it is what it is. They absolutely know. There's no denying whatsoever. And that's what I'm saying. When people say that, Don Wells don't know. Yes, he does. Just like Leilani's Billy Joe knows as well, right? They know. You don't live with someone. You do
And
not live with someone that long and not know them. Whether it be your husband, your child, your parents, your brothers or sisters. I mean, sometimes you can, maybe sometimes you don't really know. Maybe sometimes you don't really know your brothers and sisters because they were older. They got out of the house before you did. You didn't ever really get to know them. Right? But anyone that is in your presence all the time, that you spend time getting to freaking know, like your own children, your husband, absolutely. You're gonna fucking know that person. I mean, no way. Nobody's gonna, if you're the mother or the wife or the husband, the dad that's really been there through the whole time, you're going to know.
yeah. We heard any more about baby Quentin? They didn't find any more things out? Any more remains?
Huh?
Have they found any more remains?
Who? Oh,
Um,
they found baby Quentin. And it's to my understanding he was fully intact.
oh, good. I mean,
That's what I'm hearing. I don't, don't hold me to it. That's just word through the grapevine.
it's
It's
better for him to the autopsy and all that.
I guess they found the bag and they found him fully in his full person. Now, from my understandings, we don't know right now, but I'm sure we're going to learn through the trial.
Mm-hmm.
But from what I'm gathering, they suspect he was alive.
Oh my
Um,
God.
at the trash dump.
No.
That he was actually thrown away alive. So I don't know. I have no idea.
So it's possible he starved to death.
PG News said it's not potential. They say that because they have to verify it with the DNA in order for it to hold up in court. It could be a kid that looks like him, right? It could be a child that looked like him. So we got to make sure that we do DNA so we can verify and clarify. That's all they're doing right now, butterfly kisses. But no, the sheriff said they're sure it was Quentin. It just has to be verified. That's what I heard. That's what went into
I thought
my
they
ears.
said it was partial.
Huh?
I thought they said it was partial remains.
No. She said they did, but that ain't what I heard the sheriff say. That isn't what I heard the sheriff saying. The sheriff said that they found Quentin and that he was sent to, I think it was Virginia, to another place, because that's where they send him in order to be DNA'd and everything. So I guess that whatever lab's there is the lab that's going to do all the necessary things. But from my understandings, he was in contact. It was him, you know. Well, you can say partial. You can say partial because there is some deterioration to the body, right? Anybody. I mean, you take Kylie, for instance, found in the vehicle. She would have been partial because due to the fact that, you know, the water and the body has disintegrated to a certain, you know, degree, right? So, I mean, you ain't got the whole person. You ain't ever got the whole person, right? Because, you know, people disintegrate, you know, and pretty fast when you're dead. So, and I know what you're saying, butterfly kisses, and I'm not disagreeing with you. I heard what you're saying, but I listen with my own ears to law enforcement. And from what I learned from law enforcement, the ones that actually know what they're talking about, it is to my understandings that they know it is Quentin. And how are they going to know it is if he wasn't intact? He is intact. I mean, he was there. They know it's him. They just got to verify it's him. That's what I'm talking about. You know, it is what they probably might have to say partial in order to get, you know, there's a word play in order to get what you need done, right? In forensics, right? Sometimes you have to use the word partial in order to get the DNA and get all the stuff done for the state to pay for it, right? There you go. That's what I'm talking about. It's word jumbo mumbo. There you go. But law enforcement knows it's him. So that tells me it wasn't so partial at all. Because they arrested her fucking ass. So it couldn't have been so partial that they couldn't arrest her ass. Trust me, if they didn't know who remains it was, they would not have been able to arrest her until they found out. They knew. That's what I'm talking about. You know? People always get caught up on the wordplay. Quentin's body was found. All of Quentin was found. Trust and believe that. Quentin was found. I don't know about Monkey. I have no idea if Monkey was found or not. How you doing, Texas Brat? How are you doing, hun? I lost Robin. Okay, yeah. I also wanted to go over some other things. Did anyone hear about Cher's dad supposedly murdering a child? Does anybody hear anything like that? That's news on the street right now. Cheers, the very one that's fucking up these investigations, or at least trying, giving it a hell of a try. Hey, Texas Brat, we'll make sure we keep you in our prayers, hon. I'm sure God will pull you through. Not child. Yeah, it was supposedly a child. Right. That's what I heard. I heard it was a child. This lady supposedly sent Cher this email here. Did your dad really off a child? I'm only asking because I really don't know. And if you choose not to answer, I'll respect that too. Unfortunately, by mistake. How do you do that? By mistake? Okay. Then the lady comes back and she says, Cher, thank you for answering. Right? Puts a purple heart for summer, I guess. Now, Cher's the one that, always having her daddy talk to Don Wells, right? And she brought her daddy up to Billy Joe as well, right? That don't look good on you, Cher. That does not look good on you at all. Your dad already off the child, and you're having these people that are suspects talking to your dad. Why? Why is she pulls her dad into these missing children's cases? Because Don Wells said, what did he say? He said, if it wasn't for your dad, I'm only being half nice because of your dad. I have respect for your dad. Right? Don Wells also said, I want to talk to your dad, not you. Because he's talked to her dad before. Is Cher having her dad help these people that did these kind of heinous crimes to figure out? Because, when somebody does something like this, they learn what they could have did to keep from going to jail, or they learn what they could do to keep from going to jail to begin with, right? Or if they've already been put in jail, they learn a lot of things they could have done to keep from going there. So is she indeed having her dad school these people on how to get away with what, to get away with, is he schooling them on how to get away with what they've done to a child or something? I don't know. It's just a thought. And this is America. I'm allowed to think that, right? That's my opinion. My opinion is she possibly is having her dad school these people. And that's bullshit. People that, criminals that commit a crime against a child need to be in prison, right? We need justice for these children. How are we going to get it when we got people like Evil Cher trying to protect these people and for the click, likes, and views, help them to get away with murdering a child, right? How are we going to do? I mean, how does that work? Oh, that was the accident? He burned a house down with a mother and child in it? And that was an accident? You burn a whole fucking house down? You get out, but you can't get nobody else out? That's an accident? And his picture was on the banner that they hung on Billy Joe's house, right? Wow. Oh, really? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. There you go. That's the way Grandis looked when she found out, right? That's how Grandis looked. Right? Even Grandis can't fucking believe it. He's like, your daddy did what? Right? Unbelievable. Crazy. Yeah. That's a good one, right, Deputy Sheriff? Yeah. Cher is definitely an evil fucking bitch. I don't care what anybody says. She's evil. She don't get no more evil than nobody comes evil more evil than Cher, right? I promise you her daddy's the devil. Well, he burned a house down with a lady and an innocent child inside, right? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Unbelievable. And yeah, Danny, I seen the thing where Danny's cousin wrote that letter to the cousin wrote to Cher, telling Cher what a piece of shit she was, right? And law enforcement said no one but your daughter, Billy Joe. No one is. They said they are not looking at any other arrest. No other arrest at all. Not at this time, but at all, except for your daughter, Leilani. He says, "Hello, Cher. I am sure you have heard that Leilani was arrested for killing my little cousin. I hope you will be publicly apologizing to my cousin, Daniel. You ran your mouth slandering my cousin when he was never a suspect, never from day one. You stood up blaming everyone, but the piece of shit family who neglected and abused Quentin, including Billy Joe. Yes, she will be charged for neglect. We have confirmed, or we have confirmation of that. CPS is finalizing the report, which will be sent to LE for prosecution. You abandoned and neglected your children. You left them to be abused. So I never once expected a piece of shit like you to be the voice of the victim. Your own father murdered a child. how fucking sick you and your family is. Yeah, that's what it said. That's what it said. And that was from the cousin of Danny. And I heard Danny was out here doing this. Take a good look here. Take a great look at where Danny's at. He's breakdancing in the street while Leilani's ass is going to jail. Prison, actually. Right? She's going to prison. Absolutely. Yeah, that's funny as hell, right, Deputy? He breakdance in the middle of the road. he even has the hand pointing towards the. He even has a hand pointing towards the. It says right there, entrance to jail. In case they lose their way. He's letting them know right where to take her. That's funny as hell. She's like, boo hoo hoo. Too bad, right? Bitch, how was your baby feeling when you did what you did to it, right? How was your baby feeling? That's what we want to know, right? You didn't care about that. What are your thoughts on Bubba's father's accident, PG? I don't know. That's kind of suspicious to me. That's kind of suspicious if you ask me. Right? His mother passes away, and then his dad ends up run over. I don't know. That, that just didn't make no sense. And all of this when his baby ended up, the people he could rely on to for his comfort and everything, they end up gone. Like right there at the same time. I don't know. I got my suspicions upon that shit. Absolutely. It'd be sad if they turned that baby's remains over to Billy Joe. Absolutely. And if they did, it's only because Bubba Moss is not willing to step in, and he might be afraid. He might be afraid, right? I mean, what's the odds? What's the odds of somebody getting ran over, changing a tire, right? I don't know. I wouldn't give her $1. Absolutely not. I would not give Billy Joe the sweat off my ass. I think that she needs to be prosecuted for, she neglected to do her job as the guardian of those children. She neglected to do her job. And she definitely stuck Quentin and his brother, in harm's way. So yes, she should go. She should have charges come up on her as well, right? Absolutely. I mean, what's wrong with, and that's what I'm telling people. People are getting away with all this evilness. They're getting away with the baby I was speaking about. We're bringing out tomorrow is also a child from Georgia. That's the state this child is from as well. Law enforcement was notified. Child Protective Services was notified. They done nothing to save these babies. Absolutely nothing. Hey, Robin, I appreciate that, girl. God bless. Super sticker. Yeah. I appreciate you supporting Summer and all of these missing children that this channel fights to keep up on the screen. God bless. Yeah, I do too, Blue Eyes. I think that she should get endangerment charges. Absolutely. Neglect, child endangerment. There's all kinds of shit they can get her for. Absolutely. And from my understandings, I guess Danny's seen abuse coming from Billy Joe upon those children as well, right? Or the cousin wouldn't have said it. So even Billy Joe was in there, obviously, abusing them children as well, from what this cousin is saying, right? That's not what PG said. That's what the cousin said. I wasn't there, so I don't know. But if Danny knew that those children were being abused, why didn't he turn it in? His daughter was there as well, right? His daughter was there as well. Yeah, Danny was playing music that had them kind of acts, but I don't think Danny thought he was going to get with a bitch would carry him out, right? Yeah, I did. She wanted everybody to help pay for Quentin's funeral and send the money to Billy Joe. If Billy Joe indeed was getting Quentin's remains and she wanted Quentin, and she wanted people to help, then she could have picked a funeral home and had all the people donating directly to that funeral home, right? Not to her, but to the funeral home. When people want you to financially donate to them, right? To them, that's no, no, absolutely not. I mean, that money is was for Quentin, not Billy Joe. It's for Quentin. And, for him to have the best of everything, right? The best coffin, the best plot, the best everything, the best tombstone, the best of everything, the best clothes, right? He was supposed to, have everything, the best of all of everything. And then the rest of the money should have went for flowers, right? Tons of flowers to be put upon his grave. And if there was still money left over, then that money should have went to help with another person in need of it, right? Another tragedy that the funeral home might be handling or taking care of. Absolutely. All Danny has to do is go to court and stand up to get his daughter. But in order for him to go to court and get his daughter, he would have to get clean from all drugs and alcohol, right? Do you think Danny can do that? Do you think Danny can actually get clean from all his drugs and alcohol? Do you think Danny can quit partying long enough to get custody of his child? I don't know. Exactly, Blue Eyes. Ronald, you're silly. You're absolutely silly. Anyway, I don't know if everyone was able to get to see Monkey's Michael Vaughn's little monkeys prayer visual. I'm going to pop it up.
Candlelight prayer circle to be held for Michael Vaughn on Wednesday. Fruitland, Idaho. It's been 10 days since police began searching a home in Fruitland as part of the investigation into the disappearance of Michael Monkey Vaughn. The 6-year-old went missing from his neighborhood on July 27, 2021. While the community waits for updates on the search, a community Facebook group has scheduled a candlelight prayer circle for Michael and his family on Wednesday, November 23 at 6 p.m. in the gazebo at Fruitland Community Park. Organizers ask that you bring a candle as they pray for Michael, his family, law enforcement, search and rescue, and others who are close to the case. We were sitting at home the other day and I just looked at my husband. I said, you know what, Thanksgiving is coming up. We still don't really have any answers as to what's going on with the Wondra home and what's going on there. I think we should just do a prayer circle, Brooke Amber, one of the organizers of the prayer circle, said. And at the end of the day, it's all I really know that we have to do. You know, we can't go down there and demand answers. We're not going to get answers any faster than they're going to release them. We're not going to have justice any sooner than we would all like to see it happen. So at the end of the day, all we have is prayer. Members of the community Facebook group have held other events to support the family, like a candlelight vigil before Christmas last year, and a motorcycle ride. The community Facebook group and the Find Michael Vaughn website have more information about ways to support the family. We have been pleasantly surprised by the way the Fruitland community, Ontario, Payette, all the surrounding areas, and then across the country and across the world come together to just even share words of encouragement if they can't do anything else, Amber said. So it's been very humbling to see the amount of people come forward and help this family in one way, shape, or form. Over the weekend, Michael's family sent a statement to KTVB's O'Mara. We are so appreciative of the support of our community, Michael's community. Prayers and well wishes are felt, and the warm meals are a major comfort. We are truly overwhelmed by the love and support coming in from everyone. Please keep Michael in your prayers as we wait for law enforcement to bring him home. As for where the investigation stands, Fruitland Police Chief J.D. Huff told KTVB he doesn't expect any updates on the case until after they finish searching the house, which will likely be Monday. As of November 22, police have not revealed what, if anything, they have found. Huff also said they have a lot more work to do over the coming days. Sarah Wondra, a woman living at that house, has been arrested. Her status conference has been reset for the morning of Friday, December 23. The Candlelight Prayer Circle will take place Wednesday, November 23 at 6 p.m. Mountain Time at Fruitland Community Park. It will also be streamed on the community Facebook page.
Yeah, they had a beautiful candlelight for him as well, right? That was really amazing that, the people pulled together and did such a beautiful thing for him and his family. Absolutely. Yeah. Brandy and family prayers. Amen. Yeah, they the law enforcement said that they're going to, I'll let you hear
Michael
it.
Vaughn case. Crews finish searching Fruitland property for evidence. Fruitland Police Chief J.D. Huff told KTVB search crews finished processing the entire home and yard off Red Wing Street Wednesday.
So as of Wednesday, they were done with what they're going to do there.
Boise, Idaho. Fruitland Police Chief J.D. Huff on Wednesday confirmed crews finished processing the entire home off Red Wing Street in Fruitland, where investigators were looking for the possible remains of 6-year-old Michael Vaughn, who went missing from his neighborhood on July 27, 2021. Investigators have been out at the home in Fruitland since late on the night of November 11, excavating a backyard where 35-year-old Sarah Wondra was one of the occupants. Wondra was arrested November 12 in connection to Vaughn's possible death and charged with failure to report a death. Huff told KTVB search crews finished processing the entire home and yard Wednesday. Investigators stopped.
Yeah, why doesn't Cher pay for Quentin's funeral? And yes, she has sucked a ton of damn money out of this case, right? I agree, Wisconsin Mama. Absolutely. Why don't she use all that money that, she was wanting to fly? Why does she need to fly there now? They found Quentin, right? They got the culprit that did what they done. So why does she need to even go there? Why don't she take that plane fare and all of that and put it into Quentin's burial fund? Ain't it more important that he be buried than her to fly down to Georgia to just what? What? To stand there and hold Billy Joe's hand for a minute and fly home? That's stupid. There's no fucking need for her there any longer, right? No one's going to be there protesting or doing anything anymore because Quentin has been found. Leilani has been arrested, right? Leilani's been arrested. She's already in jail. She's going to get, a fair trial and everything, right? I mean, she's going to get her day in court. We'll all be following. Nobody needs Cher there, but Quentin does need buried. So yes, please do, Cher, put that money where it's best needed. If you think everybody else should be putting their money, on Quentin's funeral, then that's where the fuck you need to be putting your money as well, right? There you go. Return that fucking passport. If it costs you anything, tell them, return it. Tell them you want that money to put on that, little boy's funeral as well, right? There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Digging on the property Friday, November 18. The Fruitland Police Department is planning to call a press conference for the middle of next week, likely Wednesday or Thursday, according to Huff. Payette County prosecutors said in Wondra's November 14 arraignment that she failed to notify law enforcement of the death of Vaughn with intent to prevent discovery of the manner of death. A Payette County magistrate judge on Monday determined Sarah Wondra is currently mentally unfit to proceed. Wondra's attorney appeared in court via Zoom Monday for a status conference. Judge Brian D. Lee reset the conference for the morning of Friday, December 23. A preliminary hearing previously set for Tuesday, November 22, had already been vacated. Online court records show Lee on Monday also issued a commitment order, pursuant to the Idaho law about determination of fitness to proceed in a criminal case. Wondra is being transferred to custody of the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare for treatment. The commitment order indicates she was found unfit to assist in her own defense. Therefore, proceedings against Wondra are on hold. One day before Wondra was arrested.
She's taking a sanity plea, right? She's saying she isn't mentally stable to stand up for herself, right? That's bullshit. She's mentally stable enough to do all this shit. Mentally stable enough to implicate herself in all this shit. But oops, all of a sudden she can she's no longer responsible for her actions or something. Fuck that. We got a regular prison. We need to open an insane prison as well, right? So that people like this can go there.
Investigators began searching the Fruitland home after receiving a lead that came from what Huff called a very credible tip related to the disappearance of Vaughn. Failure to notify or delaying notification of a death is a felony punishable by up to 10 years in prison and a $1,000 fine if found guilty. Idaho does not have an insanity defense, but under state law, no person who, as a result of mental illness, lacks capacity to understand the proceedings against him or assist in his own defense shall be tried, convicted, sentenced or punished, so long as such incapacity endures. Competency evaluations are conducted by at least one court-appointed psychiatrist or psychologist. While the community waits for more updates on the search, a community Facebook group has scheduled a candlelight prayer circle for Michael and his family on Wednesday, November 23 at 6 p.m. Mountain Time in the gazebo at Fruitland Community Park. Organizers ask that you bring a candle as they pray for Michael, his family, law enforcement, search and rescue, and others who are close to the case. Michael Vaughn is still considered missing, and anyone with information that may help solve the case is encouraged to reach out. Submit tips to Crime Stoppers.
There you go. Basically, what we just heard is this insane bitch may not get anything for what her actions were in all of this, right? That's what we're hearing. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, we all do, Jess. Absolutely, we all do. You know, it's very disheartening to see, you know, how the society is ran in today's time, right? It's like no justice for the victims. You know, it's all the justice is for the freaking criminals, right? You know? I mean, I am totally and utterly shocked that they're doing what they're doing to Leilani, right? Totally and utterly shocked. I mean, it's rare to see real justice getting served, right? But we're going to get to see it. And maybe other law enforcement agencies can take a damn good look at it and learn how to run their law enforcement agencies as well, right? Because this is what law is really about, is what they're doing right there in you know, Quentin's case. That's how shit is handled. That's how it's handled, Tennessee. That's how it's handled the other part of Georgia that don't know how to handle it. That's how it's handled, Idaho. You know? Y'all need to get with the program. Yeah, Sarah was smart not to have a child with that moron, right? But I think, you know, Sarah hasn't got any real mental issues. I don't think she has. And I think she does have anger issues as well, because there was a video where she was taking out the trash and a cat, she's trying to get it, and then she said something really ugly, you know? So yeah, I think that's two peas in a damn pot, her and Stacy. Absolutely. Yeah, turkey wasn't the only thing getting served. That's the truth. Deputy, that's hilarious. Oh, God bless Blue Bonnets. Um, we, everybody that supports this channel, we're a we thing here, not a me thing, right? All of us are making those flyers for Deborah, right? Absolutely. We're all making the flyers for her, you know. I couldn't do anything that I do without all of you. So God bless. God bless each and every one of you guys. Amen. Much love to you. I am so grateful that, God's put me in a position to where, we are able to help so many, you know. Oh, wow. I didn't hear that. Did you hear the guy JLR interview today? He said that in Stacy and Sarah's master room is a door in the floor to a crawl space. Wow. I hope law enforcement knows it. They do now. Oh, Judy, I so appreciate the hearts for Summer and Michael and the prayers. God bless. God bless. Much love to you, girl. Oh, they left it open? That's creepy. I bet it did have bugs in there. Probably all kinds of weird shit. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Find some truth. I agree. That is weird. Oh, Wisconsin Mama, God bless. Summer Moon, Utah Wells. Absolutely. Oh, I wanted to bring up something else.
Both
There,
such a
there
community
is
that things like
let me go back here. There is a gentleman. He was brought to my attention today, and he seems to know all of us YouTubers. Few of us know him, but he asked us for donations for Christmas. He did it last year, I guess, for the Gabby and Christina. It says the impact our community to this day. Okay, well, I guess last year around Christmas, he had a toy drive, in honor of them. And this year, from my understanding, he's supposed to have a toy drive. And this is what Beautiful Sunflower brought to my attention, and I so appreciate it. I'd like to give the credit where it's due. And I greatly appreciate Beautiful Sunflower. That's one of our mods. All of our mods are awesome. And so many, not just mods, but so many of the people here. And that's why I say, we're always a we thing, and I'm glad for that. There's so many here that do send me emails, and a lot hit me up on Facebook, with information and things that really help out. You know, that I am researching, law enforcement and all of these things. Sometimes things around us, like this particular thing, gets away from my sight. But and that's what the chat does. Is a lot of our supporters, a lot of Summer supporters here. That's what they do. They'll say, "Hey, PG, have you seen this?" Sometimes I have, sometimes I ain't. I did not see this yet. So I'm so thankful. And Anyway, this year he was wanting to do summer. And I was like, what? So I had to go take a look. He says he's been searching for summer. If in, he won't say where. So I don't know if he has or he hasn't. I mean, what I'm saying is we've got a missing 5-year-old little girl, and that really needs to be found. I mean, if he's searching, he says he searches in places, she could be. Well, that could be all of Tennessee, right? That could be actually, I mean, if you search in another state, she could be there. So saying that you're searching in places she could be your own backyard. What I'm saying is it would still be truth, right? It would still be truth. Now, I don't know this particular person that well yet. I will. Trust me, I will know everything there is to know. Just give me a little more time. I didn't cover Gabby Petito case. Nor did I cover Christina as well. And so, he got away from us last year. But when you bring summer, that we cover. And that we will keep an eye on, right? I mean, we are Summer's Army. We're going to find out everything there is to know upon this particular situation, right? But he does have a Facebook. He is asking for donations in the name of Summer for a toy drive this Christmas. I'm not saying that, it's a scam or not a scam, because I don't know. I asked him to be here tonight. I asked him if, possible, I'd like for him to come up on panel, explain to us exactly who and what he is and why he's involved in all of this. I mean, it could be a good thing. Maybe he's legit, maybe he is doing the best for children. Maybe he is looking in Tennessee, in areas of Tennessee for Summer that he believes she may be in. Now, I wrote him, and I wrote to him, and we had some conversations.
They were both such bright lights in our community that things like a toy drive just eliminate that. They would have brought this same energy and same passion to everybody in our community the same way that we hope to provide in their honor.
Now, that was Gabby Bettino's and there's toy drive last year that I know of. So, and now this year, I guess he's picked Summer. Is it on the level? I don't know. I don't know. I can't answer that. I asked him to be here. If he's got nothing to hide, I don't know why he wouldn't be here. That's what I'm saying. I understand he has other people working with him. They try to, I told him about Jody Sue, and Jody Sue stating that, Summer was, somewhere between 110 Ben Hill Road and Bayleton. And beautiful Sunflower, she can vouch for me that I absolutely was talking with this particular person today on Facebook. I sent her the what we were talking about. So in the chat of Facebook. And Anyway, yes, Toys for Tots is great and it is trusted. And that's what I was wondering. Why not ask for the money for Toys for Tots? They take care of children everywhere, right? Or Salvation Armies all over the world. There's all kinds of, you know, all kinds of help throughout every state. Christmas help for children. As I said, I don't know anything about this particular guy. I don't know why why is it so secretive where you're searching for Summer? I mean, why so secretive? Why aren't you filming it and letting people see? I mean, what I'm saying is when you're not filming something and you're not letting people see, it might not be truth, right? Especially if you're searching. If you're searching, I mean, I don't want no one knowing, who I am, right? But if I was to go, to Bayleton and decide I'm going to search that park, of course I'm going to, I'm going to film it and I'm going to play it. You don't have to see me. All you would be seeing is, is the ground and all the places that I'm searching. I'd have no problem sharing that. I mean, why do we care? Why do we care if you're there searching it? He said that, Jody Sue is a sock jock. That he, don't take her whatever she says with a grain of salt. Well, Jody Sue knows that's how people feel, and that's, why she truly believes she could be telling the truth and nobody's going to search anyway, right? That's what I told him. That's what I told him. And, he had some other people that, was agreeing with him. At the end, they agreed with me, because Summer is a 5-year-old missing child that needs to be found, right? I want him to search from 110 Ben Hill Road down to Bayleton. In a video 6 months ago, Jody Sue Brown drove to truck stop scale in Bayleton. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Jody Sue said between 110 Ben and Bayleton. And there's a park there, Bayleton Park, right? If this, if this guy's on the up and up, and he indeed, I don't know where he lives, but it sounds like Tennessee. And if he indeed is there, then I don't think he should have a problem getting a video camera out and searching along that area, right? Because Don Wells, what did Donald tell us? He said that Summer's in a beautiful place just down the road. So look for a beautiful place and search it, right? It's got to be, must be beautiful to the eye, right? And it's got to be super beautiful in June, because that's when she indeed came up missing, right? So it'd be a beautiful place. Well, you'd want to find a beautiful place down through that area. Now, I think I believe the park. And as I told him, and he agreed to possibly go search it. So, if indeed Summer's there, then, like I told him, get it done ASAP. Because Jody Sue's going to now know. And she's probably going to, they're going to be scared and definitely, definitely try to move Summer if Summer's anywhere to be found in that area, right? They'll definitely, because, idiots always make mistakes, right? And the ground sinks wherever people are buried. So, you know, and water washes shit away. So it's very possible that, very possible that, something could be exposed and somewhere could be found now. So, that happens in a lot of cases, right? Yeah. And flood Balaton with flyers. Absolutely. Go there and put flyers everywhere. Someone may have seen something, right? I mean, don't take what somebody says with a grain of salt. Take it for face value. And if we're looking for a missing child, take it for face value. And if it turns out to be false, thank God, right? Thank God, but it might not be false. So let's take it and do something with it, right? That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking. If indeed he does do this search and he shows everybody he did, then I can back that. I can back that. I can absolutely back that. His toy drives for the children and whatever, I can back it. But at this point right now, when he's showing me saying a lot and showing us nothing, I can't back it. I'm sorry. It sounds like a scam when you're not producing the evidence, right, of what you're doing. And you know how we feel about scammers. We don't take kindly to that. And we will shut it down for sure, right? For sure. I mean, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be as easy as saying, oh, Jody Sue's a sock jock, drop it. No. Not at all. It ain't going to be that easy. Because you know what? If you're really serious about what you're doing and you're for summer, then like I said, you'll take that for face value and you'll at least check it out, right? You'll at least look into it. And if you don't, then you're probably not checking anything else out as well. And that's why we're not seeing any of it, right? So, do we want to back a toy drive when it's already happened on the Gabby Petito and another person last year? Play it again, Sam? No. Definitely not. Definitely not. And I will contact Don Wells. And I'll have him shut down. I'll have him shut everything down. I'll have his investigators looking into this particular guy and why he's making money off of Summer's back. Right? It's against the law to have false fundraisers. Absolutely, you can't do that. And all the money's supposed to go to him for the toy drive. The money all goes to this particular man. So, what do you guys think about that? I'd like to know your thoughts. Yeah, a great thing to do, I don't look for recognition for the things that, if you actually, the Bible tells us Don't let the right hand know what the left one's doing. When, you know, especially when it comes to charity. If you do something to help people and you boast and tell about it, then you get your praise here on earth, not in heaven, right? Not looking to put, you know, I'm not looking to gain nothing, any praise or anything on this earth. You know, that's just not me. Absolutely not. But, and as truthful as I am, trust me, I don't gain a lot of that anyway. But, you know, if you want to do nice things at Christmas time to help people, you know, you could hang gloves, hats, and scarves, you know, in homeless areas on trees and so forth for the homeless people to pick up, right? I mean, they can, in the parks and so forth, homeless people can take them, keep them warm, right? You can take blankets and things to the soup kitchens and they'll pass them out to, you know, to homeless people there that come in to get, you know, a hot meal. They'll pass those blankets out, coats, you know, boots, anything you have warm. Take it to a soup kitchen. They always have people needing. Always have people needing. You'd be surprised at how many homeless people get things stolen. I mean, these are people sleeping, right? They got to go to sleep. And people steal their bag. They steal, you know, other homeless people steal their shoes and walk off the next morning. This person wakes up, no shoes. They have to find some shoes, right? So if you have anything that you can give, you know, and there's many children homeless as well. So not just adult stuff, but children things as well. Take them to soup kitchens and places like that where, you know, they can be handed out to people greatly in need of it. Absolutely. If you have food stocked up in a freezer, you know, we're always keeping extra stuff in the freezer that we didn't use, right? It's still good. We just didn't use it. Take it to the food pantries. Take it to, you know, food shelters, right? Pantry places. Take it and give it to them. Take it to a church. Take it to a church that hands out stuff to the homeless. Do something. Don't throw it in the trash. Do something good with it, right? Do something good with it. There's people out there really in need, and right now more in need than anywhere. And you know, right now, America really needs Americans to pull together and help, because everything right now is so expensive. Nobody can afford a lot of things anymore. So if you got stuff laying around your house, by all means, donate it. Absolutely. If it's good stuff, take it so someone else can get the wear and tear out of it that you didn't, right? And I'm sure it will be greatly appreciated. So, right, Robin. Absolutely. You know, a wasteful waste makes a wantful want, right? A wasteful waste makes a wantful want. You got a loaf of bread, on the counter, and you know, you didn't use it and you just toss it in the trash. Why didn't you feed that to the birds? Feed it to the birds. You know, it wasn't a waste. It wasn't a waste if you feed it to the birds, right? Those birds might carry you off to heaven someday, or at least be there to thank you for that bread, right? Always do good deeds. Always look where you can do a good deed, right? If you got leftovers, don't put them down the garbage disposal or in a trash, right? There's animals. There's animals that, are starving outside your home. Cats, possums, all kinds of animals. You don't have to dump the food outside your house. Absolutely not. But at least, at least pack it off a ways and, in a in an area where they can get to it. Why trash it? KU, Don Wells has told us in so many ways that Summer's not coming back. He told us he'll see her in the resurrection. He told the people searching for her in the woods she wasn't there, meaning that they know where she was, right? He told everybody you'll see her in the resurrection. He told, he said it in so many different ways, so many different times. I don't think I'd have to show, I don't have to show proof. We've all heard it ourselves. Absolutely heard it ourselves, right? Just the way he looked at Candus, he knew. He knew. Absolutely knows. And he knows who did it. Who was at fault for it all, right? And that's Candus. He wouldn't be looking at her like that. Just like Leilani's mother looking at her. They know. Expressions like that are worth 1,000 words, right? Candus told you herself that Summer's no longer with us. We have to listen. She said, all I'm going to worry about is getting my boys back. They're still here. Summer will always be with me. Right? They're still here. Summer will always be with her. That lets you know that, Summer's no longer with us. She's not worried about getting Summer back. Just the boys. Because she already knows what happened to Summer. Right? She already knows. She knew from day one because she was there. She was there when it happened. Candus gave Donald a look when he said that someone could have her in a basement and she wouldn't be able to be outside and play with puppies and all of this, the stuff. Candus looked at him like, what the hell are you talking about? Like what? It's like when it's like that look a child gives another child, right? When they lie to a teacher, right? You stand there and you hear your brother or sister literally lie to a teacher. You give them that look like, what the hell are you talking about, right? Are you kidding? Huh? Really? That's the look she had on her face. I seen it as well. Yes. Did Donald know from the get-go? I don't know. I don't know if he did or not. I have no idea if he knew from the get. But I do believe he at some point found out. Absolutely. I'm not sure when, but I'm sure he did find out. I mean, beautiful sunflower, I don't understand how he could say that. I don't. Because, even if a parent's thinking it, they're not going to say it, right? They're not going to say it. They're just not going to say it. They might say it to the police, to law enforcement. They might say it to family privately, but they're not going to say it in public, right? You're not going to do that in public. I mean, you ain't going to do that in public, because if someone really has your child, you're not going to say that because, you don't want to give them no gratification, right? You don't want them knowing how bad you're hurting, right? You're just not going to do it. And you certainly ain't going to give them no ideals, right? On doing something like that. So for them to say that, you pretty much know they knew. They didn't care what they said, because they already knew where their daughter was and what went down. That's what I'm saying. No, Denny, he didn't. He didn't go on any run the night she came up missing. He was actually outside. He parked. He did act like he's going to go search somebody, look somebody, and he just wanted to get his vehicle off the premises. So he went down like he was looking for, going to look, and he parks his vehicle at the end, all the way at the end where the dead end road. He went down to the dead end and parked his vehicle and walked back up on the hill. He didn't go anywhere. He just wanted to get that vehicle off the hill, which, I would have wanted to search even more so now that I took note to that. But law enforcement wasn't taking notes to shit that night, right? They weren't taking notes to nothing. Absolutely nothing. It was getting late, and they did a half-ass fucking job, and they know it. And the next morning, they wasn't even there. I mean, they didn't get up with the crack of dawn, right? And get out there. Absolutely not. I mean, they took their sweet ass. They made sure they got their breakfast and donuts and coffee and probably, fucking extras before they ever got up there to get shit done. So, I'm sorry to say, Summer's case, they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball on her. Right? But they also got there when the sun was going down, not coming up. So that made a big difference. Donald didn't go over to Fred Hill's for an hour and a half. Actually, Fred Hill came to his home. Fred Hill was at the Wells property that particular night. That's where Donald seen him. That's where Donald talked with him. So if Fred's saying anything else, Fred's a liar. Donald didn't go to Fred's. Fred came to Donald. And Don and Candus was not giving up. Don and Candus was not giving up Summer. They had no intentions of giving up Summer. I don't know where, who led you to believe that. But they did not, anyway, form or hell, plan on giving up any of their children. Matter of fact, that's why Donald went along with Candus's bullshit and Grandis's bullshit on what happened to Summer, I believe. That's my opinion. But I believe that's why he went along with their bullshit to cover it all up, is so they could keep what family they had left, which was the three boys, the grandma and Candus and Donald, right? They didn't want to lose the boys. But they ended up losing them anyway. And I think it's because, because Donald realized, Donald realized he wasn't going to be able to, he wasn't going to be able to handle everything the way he thought he could, right? Sober, so forth. Actually, what happened was taking a toll on him. And, and he done fucked up. Right? He done fucked up by not telling the truth. And it is what it is. And Donald just sat in a jail cell, right? He just sat in a jail cell for 8 months, reminding him to really keep his mouth shut now, because he don't want to sit there no more, right? You don't want to be sitting there no more. So he's even going to work harder now not to get busted, right? I mean, I don't think he done nothing to his daughter. But you still go to jail when you know something and you didn't tell it. You still go to jail. You're what they call an accomplice. I don't think the boys know anything to tell. I think the boys got played like a fiddle. I think Candus, whatever went down, she was able to get off that hill. She was able to get off that hill or get somewhere with Summer. She was able to get somewhere and hide Summer. And then come back and gaslight the boys of where's your sister. And they were so busy playing that game machine, and Grandis stayed there to make sure they stayed put, so that Candus could do her gaslighting bullshit. Right? That's why she didn't know if the back door was open or not, because she didn't check. She only going in that basement was nothing to show. She already knew what happened to Summer. I don't think so. I don't think so. Because, I've got enough experience with kids, to know when law enforcement, anytime law enforcement's talking to a child, especially as young as the youngest boy, they're going to tell. They're going to tell if they know anything. Even if daddy and mommy said don't tell, that kid's going to tell. So, yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I'm going to tell you something. I know one thing about gaming, because like I said, I game, right? I game. And actually, like doing YouTube, doing YouTube. I come in here, I say, oh, I'll be in here for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I'm out, right? And like 3 to 5 hours has passed, and I'm like, oh my gosh, have I been here this long? It's the same way with gaming. It's the same exact way with gaming, right? And it's like going into a store, you plan on 5 minutes running in, running out, right? And and unless you're like, I mean, I'm not talking about like, you know, you only got 5 minutes to get it done and you do it. I'm not talking about that. We all of us have had, that 5 minutes to get something done, and damn it, we had to get it done in 5 minutes, right? I'm not talking about one of them times. I'm talking about when you pull up at a store and you say, "Hey, I just need one thing. I'm going to run in here and get it and get right back out. I'm not going to mess around in here." And you get in there and you grab your card, you keep your plan to grab what you got to grab. And I'll be damn, an hour's passed and you're still looking around, right? You're still messing around in there. Didn't quite work out the way you thought it would. Time really got away from you, right? It really got away from you. And it can do that. Time has a way of getting away from us. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. 3 hours in TJ Maxx. That's what I'm talking about. Always LA. You know what I'm saying. Exactly. So, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. And I gotta go back to see what Deputy Sheriff said. That is hilarious, Deputy Sheriff. Absolutely. But yeah, I think that the boys was gaming. I think that that time did get away from them. I know, like I said, I game. And I sit down, to just, hang out with the kids for a few minutes. And the next thing I know, my biscuits are burnt, right? My biscuits are burned up, or my pie, or, I totally forgot. Way more time, when I sit down, my mind was, hey, I'm going to have to get that out. And, here in 15, 20 minutes, I got to get this out of the oven. I'll just hang out and I'd be damn, So, yeah, smoke detector going off and shit. It just is what it is. And so time can get away from you. Absolutely, it can. Good night, Finding Summer's Truth. Good night, hon. Yeah. Yeah, they was. They was zoned. They absolutely was zoned on the game machine. It happens. It happens. And Candace gaslighted the hell out of them, right? She sucked them for all they knew. And then, and then had the nerve to, tell one of the boys, actually the middle boy, I told you to watch your sister, right? I told you. Kid's going to live with issues the rest of his life, right? Going, you know. And the kid says, I feel it's my fault. I feel it's my fault because I didn't watch her. No, it's not his fault. It's his shady ass, bitch ass, fucking no good, rotten piece of shit mother. And Candus needs to explain. I am the parent. It was not your responsibility to be watching anybody. I'm the mother. I had the children. It's my responsibility. It ain't like I was gone somewhere. I was right fucking here, right? My responsibility. I had those kids. My responsibility to be watching those kids. Nobody else's fault but her own. There you go. No one's but hers. And she needs to let those kids know that. That boy was a child. Somebody needed to be watching him, Candus. Somebody needed to be watching him. That's what you need to know. Right? Yeah. I should put it on a shirt and make her wear it. Yes, it is terrible. It absolutely is terrible. Absolutely terrible. But she's a terrible fucking human being. Candus is a self-centered, self-absorbed, self-seeking, fucking evil human. That's what she is. In every sense of that word. That's what she is. We all know it. Right? Candus wants to always be in the spotlight. She can't think of not being in the spotlight. Right? Candus is one of those people that envy, hate, jealousy, all of those things are in her, right? All of those things eat her alive. Right? All of those things eat her alive. She hates to think that there's anything more beautiful, more wonderful, more graceful than Candus. Fear is of the devil. You know, people want to fear the devil, you know. I don't fear Satan, I fear God. God's the one, you know, God's the one that judges you, not the devil. Right? Not, you know, God's the one that says, you know, whoop, you're in hell or you're in heaven. I mean, devil has no power at all. I mean, why you want to fear somebody that, you know, why you want to fear somebody that has fear theirself, right? The devil fears God. He fears Jesus Christ. He fears God. He trembles. He goes to church and trembles. So why am I going to fear somebody that trembles? That's crazy. Devil knows he knows he's definitely going to hell, right? He's definitely going to hell. He's just trying to devour whoever he can along the way to go with him. You know, misery loves company, right? Absolutely. He wants you to join. He wants you to join him in that lake of fucking fire. I don't think so. I don't think so. Absolutely. There ain't nothing to fear. You know, there's nothing to fear. You know, when you go out of this world, I'm sure that you're going to dread it. You right? You're going to dread, like Jesus dreaded the stain of death, right? He dreaded it. But, you know, the thing is when you go out of this life and you dread, you know, what you're going to be dreading is you can't be here for the people you love anymore, right? That's what you dread. You dread the fact you don't care if you didn't have anyone in this world, if you had nobody in this world, you don't care to leave it. You don't care. You could die easy, right? You could die easy because you're not worried. You're not worried about no one, just you. But, you know, like when you're a child, if you die, you wouldn't have cared because children don't worry. They don't worry about anything. Mom and dad takes care of them, right? They don't worry about stuff like that. They don't have nobody in this world that they have to worry about when they leave. So they leave easy. And adults can't leave easy because they're worried about kids or grandkids or it's the people they're leaving behind that causes the dread. But it is what it is. And many people left this world, right? And everyone else carried on. They move on. Those people that you think you can't die because they need you, move on just fine without you, right? They end up moving on just fine without you. They didn't ever need you. You just thought they did. That was your mindset. They didn't need you. Absolutely not at all. Nobody needs anybody. Everyone's capable of taking care of themselves. Oh, PD, how's everything going with the new boyfriend? Wouldn't you like to know? No, I'm kidding. I'm absolutely good. Absolutely good. He's hanging in there. Anyway, I haven't ran him off yet. I don't know about Tracy, I don't know about that. I mean, Rose Bly was that's a whole different case. A whole different case. And from my understandings, there's a lot surrounding the Rose Bly case that a lot of people don't know about. So I don't know. I think Grandis, when it comes to Rose Bly, her daughter, I think Grandis was a victim. Absolutely. Do I feel Candus is a victim? Hell no. But I do think Grandis was in her daughter's death. The granddaughter, I think Grandis knows, I think Grandis knows what Candace did. I think Grandis just don't want, what I'm saying, telling on her daughter ain't going to bring her granddaughter back, right? It ain't going to bring her granddaughter back. So I don't know. You could be right. Always, L8. You could be right. That boy's got something weighing on him, right? From whatever happened to Summer. He's got something on his back from that day. I don't know what it is, but he does have something on his back that he wants to get off, he wants to tell about. And at some point he might. Absolutely. Yeah. He says PG got a new bow. I wish he would talk to Believe. I wish he would. I think he does know something. I could tell by his Facebook, by stuff he posted and so forth, something was wrong way before now. Way before now. Like, way before now. And I could tell also that, when Chris was speaking with him, I could tell he was holding back, and some things he didn't want to discuss. And that's why he, took the focus off of the conversation, put it out. Do you guys remember him saying something about a car? A car. I was just looking at it. How sweet it was. He took the focus off the conversation. And I would think that Chris would have been smart enough at that point to know that, he was holding back. But he didn't. Chris isn't smart as people give him credit for. I seen so much shit that he missed, right? So much shit he missed. Like Candus under her breath, right? Saying not summer. The boys were in the house, not summer. She got that under her breath. She's letting him know that Summer was back out there, and she knew exactly what happened to her. But Chris was too stupid to catch on to it, right? It was his fucking video, and he didn't catch on to it. I'm like, wow, really? Thought you're a cop. Thought you were a detective, or you do detective work. If he's not good at it, he's not too good at it, right? He's not too good at it at all. But then again, he's older. I think he's getting too damn old for this shit. We ain't going to lose the hope. Absolutely not. We'll keep pushing forward until Summer is found. Absolutely. I believe she will be found. I do. I believe Summer will be found soon. I hope they found Monkey. I really hope they found Monkey. Tina, why don't you take the link and come on up if you got something to say to me. Bring that ass up on panel and say it, hon. Bring that ass up on panel and say it. Because, I don't give a fuck. I'm not Benny Keys. I don't give a fuck about innocent till proven guilty. If a duck looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, I'm going to fucking call it a duck. Right? These motherfuckers have already proven themselves guilty. No help from me. No fucking help from me, hon. Right? I think you should, go fucking smoke another blunt or whatever you do that causes your brain cells to fucking die. Not that you ain't killed enough already, in my opinion. And that is my opinion. Because you obviously don't think straight, right? And gossip and slander. I'm going to tell you something. I'm not gossiping and I'm not slandering anyone. I'm not bearing false witness. I'm bearing the fucking truth up here. And there is nothing in the Bible that says you're not allowed to tell the truth about other humans. If you got a problem with that, there's a link that you can take and come on up here. Come right on up. I'd be glad to have a talk with you. There you go. I send you a link. But you know what? I'm always looking. Bring it on up, Tina. you know, you pick Christianity because you have nothing else. Nothing else. You're picking on my Christianity because you have none, right? You obviously have none. Because if you had the Christianity that I have, then you wouldn't be singling it out and trying to use it. And if that's all you got on me, you suck. Right? That's all you got on me. You ain't got nothing. Oh, you're a Christian. I know what I am. I don't need you to tell me. Right? I remember the day I became one. You wasn't there. You wasn't there. Right? What happened to Tina? Obviously, maybe one of my moms gave her a swift kick in the ass. Right? Sounds like you might have got a swift kick in the ass from somebody's shit kickers. Well, all I can say is they'll dust their fucking boots off and Lysol them down and get back in the chat, right? Now your ass is just sitting somewhere, Tina, listening. You're listening. You're like forever locked away in our hell cell. It's called blocked, right? Go make yourself another YouTube so you can come back in under some other name and try to talk shit about you don't know what you're talking about. I bet you understood that. Grandis is protecting Candus. That is so true. That is so true. Yes, she is. Yeah, exactly, Sistina. They have an opinion and then they run. Yeah, that's it. I blame LE too. Law enforcement messes up everything. They mess up everything. You know, Candus is really already in prison, right? She's in prison up there on that hill. I mean, I can't think of anyone that likes her, to be honest with you. I can't think of nobody that really cares about Candus and what she did to her daughter. I mean, you have some fake people that, and Candus Candus is smart enough to know that these people are fake. She's smart enough to know they're a bunch of fake, nobodies, all fake. And all she does is, use them up. If they act like they, she knows they're fake friends, but she knows she's fake as well, right? So what she does is she uses them up. She will suck them in, and she knows they're hoping that she'll tell them something. And, they don't ever get nothing, right? They don't get nothing. But she gets a fake friend for a while, and that's all she cares about. Hockin County ain't going to turn this investigation over to anyone. They want to hang on to it and fuck it all up for some unknown reason. And I bet it has to do with the Bernards, if you ask me. It has nothing to do with Donald. It has to do with Andy. That's who their family is, right? It's Lawson and Bernards are intertwined. And I figured that when I seen Andy's mother on, Ronnie Lawson's Facebook, right? As friends. I mean, boom, there you go. Don did not buy no house in Kingsport. That is a lie. Someone else owns that home. I don't know why he's got his address going there and so forth. That's not truth. If you just get a letter sent there, if you just get a letter or something sent there, they'll put it down as your address. And I think it was for sale, and that's what they did. Don's right up on that hill, living in that shack that he calls a home, still burning wood. Don only owns one house, and that's up there on the hill. That's true. Always LA. I think Grandis does take medications that keep her, zoned out a little bit. Right. And Grandis is old. I mean, she's freaking old. She, when people get old, they don't, they don't think like they did when they was young. They're not, they fight and struggle, right? And not only that, but Grandis is, she's got a lot of health issues and stuff, and she stays focused on that. And then, if she really does have pain in her knee or ass or somewhere, which it don't seem like it, but if she really did, I guess that would get your focus off of. But they did give her a big ass shot in the leg that day. I'm sure that hurt. So the day Summer came up missing, I'm sure she was focused on that leg. They made sure she's going to focus on something. I mean, teach her to go to the hospital and lie, right? You go to the hospital and lie, they'll fuck you up. $62, $63, it varies for different people, I don't know, I've only spoke with Grandis or heard her talking a few times. So, I mean, it's not enough. What I'm saying is it's not enough that I can draw a conclusion upon her mental capacity, It wasn't enough. I mean, I can't tell you how coherent she is or incoherent when it comes to, being able to keep up with the conversation. I know Candus is very coherent in keeping up with conversation. Candus has no problem keeping up with conversation. Neither does Donald. They both, diligently are able to keep up with conversation. Yeah, Grandis got the hell out of there for a little while, but she's back. Grandis is back. She went up on that hill with Candus. She went to Georgia. She flew to Georgia, met up with Candus, and Candus and her was driving back to Ben Hill Road. And that was after October the 25th, when somebody supposedly seen the vehicle coming out of that driveway and going somewhere. And then Dawn came out. They was burning shit. A bunch of stuff was being burned up there, which is, very odd, right? She was living in Wisconsin with a friend by the railroad tracks. Well, I'm sure that's where she's going back to. That's where she stays, and that's where she'll end up back at. But right now, she's with her daughter. Yeah, right now, she's back up there. No, I don't think any cases are connected to Summer's case. Absolutely not. I know they brought out a bunch of cases. They was trying to connect all of these cases together. It took the spotlight off of Summer. And, and that's why everything went awry. When Summer needed to stay in the spotlight the most for law enforcement to seek and find her, she didn't, right? She didn't. And that was really messed up. Grandis didn't go bye-bye. She went bye-bye out of Wisconsin down to Georgia to meet up with Candus, but right now, trust me, she's there. And they didn't search over in Georgia because Candus went to stay with a lady that was, Candus didn't even know the lady in Georgia until Summer came up missing. This is a woman that befriended Candus like so many others did. And Candus went and stayed with her, while Dawn was in jail. Actually, she stayed with a couple of different ladies. While Dawn, one that was there in Tennessee, and then she went from there over into Georgia to stay with another lady, and that's where she was coming back from when Donald was getting out of jail. So now she's back on the hill. Grandis did drive Jose out of town. She drove Jose over to North Carolina, I believe. It was North Carolina. She took Jose to North Carolina and dropped him off. That's not Georgia. Blue Ice says, Wisconsin Mama, the brownies were good. I fell asleep in my recliner, LOL. From my understanding, yes, Don and Candace are supposed to be legally married. From my understandings. Good night, Wisconsin Mama. Good night. Yeah, she should be arrested. But, they absolutely can get her on charges of child endangerment, neglect. Absolutely. Candace can be brought up on, all the charges, that Billy Joe's being brought up on right now, or could be. Will they bring him up? Are they going to do it? I don't know. I have no idea. It's like law enforcement ain't giving us no information on Summer's case whatsoever anymore, right? I think they're they're supposed to come out and let us know that, that they have went down every avenue and it's ran cold. Right? That's what they're supposed to come out and let us know. And, or that it hasn't. One or the other. They haven't come out to tell us anything. But if indeed they've let it run cold, then they need to let us know that, right? I mean, if they've exhausted everything, and can't really, I mean, if they've done everything they can possibly do, they need to just say it. I'm sure he's seen the boys. Usually they're doing FaceTime with the boys because the boys are so far away. Yeah. It's hard to get people to talk. It's super hard to get people to talk. Even if they know something, they don't want to tell you. And if they do tell you, they let you know it's off record. So you're not allowed to bring it out here anyway. And Donald's back to work. Donald's back to work. He's back with the drywall company. So, I mean, his job was guaranteed once he got back out anyway. I mean, he's not broke. And he had plenty of money. He had plenty of money. When he got out of jail, he got $500, right? Because his commissary was completely full. So they wrote him a check or, for that he could cash. So he was far from broke. Yeah, don't you feel it's kind of weird that Grandis did get rid of her camper? She also had the back end of her vehicle changed out. There's a lot of shady shit that went on, during that time with Grandis as well. You got to wonder about it. That bus is still up there, right? She didn't sell that bus. The bus is still sitting there. She just sold the trailer, right? All right, everybody. I'm going to go out of here as well. We'll meet back up tomorrow night. I'm going to bring, the new case to the table as well tomorrow night. We got a lot to cover tomorrow night as well. So I think we did pretty good tonight, to be honest with you. I think that, it's been an awesome night. We covered a lot of ground on actually all three cases, Monkey and the Wells, and on Quentin as well. So we can cover three cases in one night. It's been a good night, right? Absolutely. And then we also, found out, that this other guy says he's looking for Summer, but won't tell us, won't come out with where. And that don't sound right to me. He had a toy drive last year and a Gabby Petito and another missing person's name, and then this year he's using Summer's name to do so. And all proceeds are going to be going to him for this to happen. I don't know. And I was hoping he'd show up here tonight. And if he's legit, if he was legit, I think he would have. I don't know. I don't give up hope on Summer. I don't give up hope on Summer. We'll wait and see, right? We'll wait and see. But if he's not legit, or I get the feeling he's not, I will make sure he's shut down. That's truth. I will make sure he gets shut down over Summer. I don't care what else he talks about, but I think he needs to leave. He needs to leave Summer the hell out of his mouth if he isn't really doing what he says he's doing, right? That's how I feel. That's how I feel. So yes, absolutely. Prayers for everybody. As I ask always before I close out, please keep those prayers going up for Summer. Please keep them going up for little Summer. Keep them going up for Monkey as well. We don't know if Monkey's been found or not. Thank God that baby Quentin was. We got two still. We're not sure, right? We're not sure if Monkey got found. We know the Summer hasn't been for sure. So keep the prayers going up. I know God's listening. Everything's on God's time, not ours. Let's just keep praying. Let's keep hoping and have carrying faith that, Summer will be brought home at some time. And keep the prayers going up for one another as well. There's many people who need in prayer. Deborah Ann was on panel tonight asking for prayer. There's just so many people needing prayer right now. And many people in our chat, I've seen others asking for, had things going on and needing some prayer as well. And keep prayers for Sweet Norway. We all love her so much. Let's keep those prayers going up for her. And UFC, we haven't seen him. Hopefully he comes back soon. He has become part of the family as well, right? Let's keep prayers going up for him also. All right, everybody. Good night. Much love. Always know PG's praying for y'all. I pray for everybody, not somebody. Night.